Isaac.
Yep.
Benedict.
Here.
Celia.
Hello.
Drake.
Hi.
Hal.
Hey.
Kaiko.
Hi.
Suki.
Suki.
Right?
Suki?
Great.
Suki?
Zoe?
That's what I
He
was
got kidnapped by his roommate.
Oh,
I
God
didn't
damn
get
it.
kidnapped by my roommate. I was grabbing more food.
Okay.
Hi, I'm here.
Suki, it's your parents.
Benedict.
Here.
Alright, we're ready. Did you say we're already recording?
Yeah, we were recording that entire bit.
Oh, awesome. Is that the first time we've recorded the robot roll call?
I think so.
Awesome. Alright. Awesome start. Okay. We are in Miranda Esper's recording studio. She is in her Macarla Mistress of Midnight outfit, and she looks to the camera and says, "Hello and welcome to another Offbeat melody. Last time our heroes were allowed a brief respite, having slain all the monstrous needle creatures chasing after their rattlesnake friends, while being forced to wait for parts to summon the remaining rattlesnakes to Earth. Zoe had a birthday party. It was very fun. But no peace can last forever, and the disappearance of the two needle points hasn't gone unnoticed." We open on the highway at night. There is a very violent thunderstorm going on. Every now and then, a bolt of lightning illuminates everything, painting the night clouds a very vivid purple. It's raining in sheets, and driving on the highway at this time of night, in this country location during this kind of storm is, of course, very dangerous. A driver at just this moment in a beat-up old sedan is trying to keep his car steady on the road as he can barely see. And suddenly, his car veers towards the side. Maybe it hit a rock, or it simply slipped, or the wind blew it too hard. But it veers towards the side, and he crashes into a ditch. His airbag deploys. He gets whiplash from the seatbelt. But he unbuckles, opens his door, and steps out unharmed. At which point he feels a sharp pain in his head, and then stops thinking, as something begins to drain him. He doesn't notice as he feels a second puncture in his chest, and the thing that punctures him there also begins to drain him. And then a third, as 3 needle points make a feast out of this man and suck all of the life essence out of him until there is nothing left but clothes. And now, temporarily attuned to this world's reality, they step out onto the road, just as another car starts coming through, and set upon it, spearing the family that's inside, draining them, father, mother, and the 3 sleeping kids in the back. And as they drain these humans of their essence and begin lying in wait to set another trap for the next truck car that comes by, the clouds are illuminated purple, and faintly visible beneath them, with raindrops falling on it, is something very similar to the needle points in construction, but much, much larger, floating in the sky in the shape of a monstrous hand. So you guys had a pretty kick-ass birthday party!
Yeah.
Are we gonna fight the God Hand?
You're gonna fight Master Hand or Crazy Hand. It depends on which Super Smash we're playing.
Fuck them both.
God, it's both controlled at once! Oh boy.
So, who wants to wake up from the night festivities first? Kaiko!
Because Kaiko had to be the designated adult to drag a certain drunkard back to her room.
Yeah, Benedict sure hit the booze real hard.
Yeah, that's what happens when he flirts with Hal's mom.
So anyways,
About that.
so it's raining right now, right?
It was raining last night. It was a hard enough storm where it probably is still trickling a bit, but the thunderstorm itself has died down.
So basically, Kaiko would be listening to the radio, listening to like a police scanner that her sister may have appropriated. So with
then Kaiko, you would know that there were a shitload. Like there's a warning of not to use the highway because there were a shitload of car wrecks last night during the storm. Police details are not much more than that, just that a lot of people crashed. And most people are just accepting, well, it was a pretty fucking terrible storm last night. Quite a few trees came down. Like, a lot of people are doing late starts of their businesses because they have to clear debris.
was this on the desert side of town or the path side of town?
So... Let me make sure here. Let me look at my map here. I mean, they're on. It was all on the highway. It's the old extended map.
Which could be anywhere from lots of desert and nothing around to in a very narrow path in the mountains.
Honestly, like it hit the stretch right, like between the two different outskirts of Melody. Like some of it happened near the Melody Pass, some of it happened near the desert and Devil's Peak. It was like if anything was coming to Melody or out of Melody, that's where things got hit.
But nothing in the middle between.
Nothing in the middle between.
Which would be unusual.
Yeah.
Benedict. This might just be me, but the only road leading into town on each side of it having multiple different car wrecks and with no reports on the victim. That's unusual, right?
If it was strictly limited to the mountain pass, you could attribute it to rainfall causing mudslides and whatnot, but on the desert side too at the same time, and yet nothing in between is certainly suspect.
Yeah, I think we're dealing with more company.
We all knew that we had to get rid of the needle birds.
Yeah, but this implies at least two more. They can't be in the same place at the same can't be in the same place at the same time. Or two different places at the same time, rather.
Or perhaps
Julie, who was nursing a hangover, stumbles and is like, either that or you just have one that's like running back and forth.
in spite of their alien appearance, I do not believe they are the Roadrunner.
It'd be really funny though.
They are not funny.
God, I need some fucking coffee.
If I had to guess, they might be boxing us in.
Getting any reliable reports on the season, this sounds like pulling teeth from a cat at a dentist.
So we got more needle guys. Well, we took care of the last ones pretty well, so it'll be fine.
I only had the one car, Julie.
you hear Hal's ghost.
Oh, I think we stayed over because we are all partying.
So everyone's just sleeping over at
Oh my god, that would be so cute.
I assumed that's what was happening.
I mean, Miriam could have driven you guys back to house.
True.
Well, why wouldn't we stay over?
Isaac would have gone home.
If we were invited.
Over.
If we weren't invited,
Sleep
because...
over.
So this is like early morning, right?
Julie would definitely be down for a sleepover. But yeah, I can see Isaac going home with, being sort of the designated adult.
Also having his
Yeah, he had they had to go back home.
So Kaiko is going to text Isaac. So does your place of employment have anything on the current giant massive car wrecks on both sides of town coincidentally
You're-
blocking town off.
You're not going to get a prompt response to that text because of something I'm going to handle later.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
What time is it actually? Early
I
morning?
would say it's about like 9:30 a.m. The fact that Julie is up at this point, with a, even with a with a hangover, it's honestly pretty encouraging. It shows a level of dedication to maintaining a sleep schedule that earlier in her depressed state she would not have had.
In that case, if she says, God, I need coffee, it's like, already brewed some.
This is usually up by now, so him not.
Could always make some tea.
Well, okay, I need to pick the others up because sounds like a long day.
Kaiko, do you mind if we do a cutaway to something previously this time? Awesome. Isaac, a couple hours earlier in the day, at about like, let's say you're called at like 5:30 a.m. and get to the scene at about 6:15ish. Your fellow, you get there on Spindle Business. You see some recognizable cops. You see Uli Prowler, the deputies, and all that. They're all out there because there's just a shitload of wrecked cars here. And the thing you notice immediately is that there are ambulances. There are no body bags. There are no bodies. There are clothes. And there are a lot of very confused cops.
Cell did it! God damn you, Rocky!
And actually, that's gotta be what Isaac checks. Are there puncture wounds in the clothing?
Some of them, yeah. Others, maybe they got speared in the head, but yes.
And to my knowledge, we haven't seen any of them feed in person.
Uli Prowler sees you enter the scene and is like, no civilians, please.
And I will pull out little Spindle, his ID badge that's the decoy that they give us agents, and be like, sorry, should have checked in with you first. I've been sent here to help assist and supposed to check out the scene.
Alright. I guess it makes sense that they'd get someone special given that we're dealing with some weird bullshit.
Yeah, like the fact there's no bodies. You have anything any leads on that yourself?
Obviously, we're dealing with a serial killer. Probably one of those leftists.
Oh. Ow.
Yeah. Ow.
And it's like, well,
kind of a reminder that Uli Prowler's an asshole in a while.
yeah.
That's how I always mainly had is his voice. His punchable voice.
We gotta, Uli Prowler is the one normal police officer in the Melody squad. As opposed to most of the others who are very chill.
But TP, not all cops. Not all cops.
Not all cops in Melody are cops. Some of them are just people doing a job that was available.
I'm going to use the sight.
Alright.
See what I can see around. So
you look around. You see.
I can also use that in conjunction with investigative mystery.
All right, awesome. What questions would you like to ask, and what did you roll?
Let's see. What is investigate? So that's 5. 5. So that's 11.
All right, so you get 3. Am I right? Am I right?
Hold the 2.
Hold the 2. Okay.
And I'm going to what is being concealed here?
Mm-hmm.
And where did it go?
Awesome. I can tell you what is being concealed here very easily, as well as where did it go. As you look around, you see in a rocky
Oh, boy.
outcropping towards the west, a fucking needlepoint emerges and points at you.
What?
What?
And you hear Uli say, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh, you can see it.
And as you and as you turn the sight off, you realize this isn't something you're seeing because of the sight. It's fucking here.
Yeah.
And the needlepoint looks at you and starts making a beeline towards you like the fucking T-Rex in Jurassic Park, while the cops start fumbling for their guns. Most of them have never used theirs.
Oh my
yeah, I
god.
just got them to run, and I'm going to. Oh, this did not work for me last time, but can I try jinxing it as I run away?
Okay, first I'm gonna need you to,
I know, this is a little complicated.
yeah, to roll, fuck. I should have my shit out in front of me, but I don't, because I'm silly.
Act under pressure?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the old ticket, that's the old stuff. Give me a nice act under pressure.
And that's cool.
Dance, fucking dance.
4, 5,
John Arbuckle.
9 plus another. That's another 11.
Alright.
10
I believe that's
plus. I
just,
set out.
that's just a fucking success, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to
Okay.
run away.
So
And learn away from
you
the
successfully are fucking aware enough to run away while invoking your Jinx powers. So go ahead. Do you that voodoo that you do so well?
Let's see. Where's my sheet? So many tabs. Jinx. Okay, I have to roll a plus weird. And that is +1. And I'm trying to interfere with it so it can't catch up to me, but baiting it along.
No, I was gonna make a joke about Uli getting sucked by a fucking needlepoint. I did expect it to happen so soon.
Let's see. That is a 9, and on a Jinx, that's a hold 1.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to interfere with what a monster minion or bystander is trying to do, and that is trying to kill me.
Awesome. You try to jinx this thing, and you feel the strings of fate being plucked. As one of the cars, as a result of latent damage from it crashing in the rain, suddenly explodes.
Oh.
Oh, geez.
The explosion knocks the needlepoint off its feet and sends it scrabbling back for a bit. You hear the police officers ready to go, "Jesus Christ!" As they're trying to back for cover behind their cars while pulling up their guns and firing wildly, trying to avoid you while also trying to hit the bird that just now fell onto the ground. So their shots are just going everywhere. And you make it, to the cover that they've got behind them. Do you keep running? What's your plan?
So which side of town was this on? The desert side or the mountain side?
The thing is currently coming to you from the desert side. You are running towards the mountain side, but you're still just in that strip of the highway that borders Melody.
Oh boy. I
would say right now you are roughly in like that gray mountain next to Gwubble Farm and Ranch. If you book it, you could make it to Walgreens or S-Mart, and if you just keep running down that street, you might be able to take shelter under Big Mel.
I mean, Mel wouldn't like the needlepoints either. It's all
Yeah.
within an hour.
It's not a witching hour. It's not a witching hour.
Exactly.
They've been fucking draining people.
Big
Oh,
person.
wait. Can I go just, like, run to Spindle?
You know?
It's right there.
Yeah, in the revised version, yeah, you could.
I'm going to, like, fumble with my phone and just be like, call Dr. Wen and say, emergency!
There's been a breach.
Okay. So again, act under pressure.
Oh boy. Let's got back to this acting out. Uh-oh, that's a 2. And a 6. Okay, so that's 10. Both
Alright.
2.
Excellent. You
Oh,
succeed
and
at what you want to do. You take out your phone and call Dr. Wen while running towards Spindle. The needlepoint gets back on its feet and goes after you. I'd like you to make. Do you still have hold from? I'm going to say you still have hold from your investigative mystery because we kind of
yeah,
answered
because that was
two
kind of
questions
a
at one.
twofer.
Yeah, we kind of. So I'm gonna. Would you like to notice anything about your surroundings?
Yeah, let me check the reference. Can I ask what is being concealed here again?
Yeah, totally. Because it turns out, as you're running from the mobile farm and ranch, you see a second needlepoint come out behind the cops. And while the one that's chasing you is chasing you, this one seems a bit more interested in bacon on the menu.
Oh.
Let me just do a nice roll of a D. How many cops do I got out here? We'll say 6.
Are they all named?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll do 6. We'll do a nice D6.
Please hit Uli. Nobody cares.
I care. I like having the asshole cop around. Helps give Melody a flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, this is sad. Okay. So there's a woman in her late 30s, cop. Kind of hard as nails. And she gets speared. Or Officer Alice Shannon. Is drained by a needlepoint while the other cops scream and begin firing their guns at the mechanical monstrosity, only for the bullets to ricochet off.
Was she the one who came to us during the Sasquatch episode?
She was specifically the liaison to Raven's character Joe Tenger in the second iteration of Offbeat Melody.
Aww.
Oh.
No!
Yep. I'm a little bit bad about that one, to be honest, but the one who helped you start, I believe, was Officer Laurel Yanni, the young rookie on the force.
Oh, yeah, it was Yanni.
Fucking bird. Run you over again, son of a bitch.
Anything you'd like to do, Isaac?
Well, I was trying to call Wen,
Oh yeah, he kind of answers you and is like, Isaac, how's it going with the...
Dr. Wen, I'm being chased by extra-dimensional reality. I'm being chased and I need backup. They're killing the police.
Oh. Okay. Alright. Can you get to safety?
I'm running for Spindle now.
Alright, you get here safe, we'll send some backup. Is it still on the highway?
Yes, it's coming right from the accidents.
Oh! Alright! Alright, you get in here and you get safe, well...
And I hang up, and I'm going to stop and turn around and use cast magic.
Alright.
I'm the one that's attacking the cops, and literally I'm going to try to lasso its attention to me.
Oh my god. Oh, I get you.
Alright. Roll that beautiful beam footage.
This was a lot more stressful right away than I was expecting this to go.
Yeah.
It's like we had a breather session last time when I felt
It's
sadistic.
weird.
It's like the DM had time to plan a thing.
Terrifying.
It's like you killed 2 of my bosses earlier than I wanted you to.
So
But
here
the plus
comes
to that's a 13.
Fuck! Alright.
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
And what were you specifically doing with that magic?
I'm trying to use the Weaver strings to literally lasso its attention and pull it towards me.
All right.
I want its focus. I guess on both of them, just to ensure that
All
I'm their
right.
target and not.
You pull both of their attention towards you. The one that was terrorizing the cops, having just made a meal out of poor Alice, who I will now add to her character sheet. Dead.
And she was only 3 days away from retirement.
Still waiting for her
Jesus
private
Christ.
detective friend to come to town. The two needle points immediately start making a beeline for you. Just as a third one appears over the mountains, and while initially interested in the cops, sees its peers coming towards you, and decides to make a fun group thing to do and join the other two.
Son of a bitch.
Oh no!
I would like you to make an act under pressure to get to a fucking door and get in the building.
Yeah.
Congratulations, though. You saved the pigs.
You know, most of them were decent people.
Well, pig.
6. And a 4 plus 2, 12.
Alright, you managed, knowing the layout of Spindle very well, you get into one of the entrances that you have access to, of which there are several. And you get into the building before the fuckers can even get close to catching up to you. You are now safe inside the building.
Man, see, it was one hell of a day. It's time to work.
You do, as you start walking in, you do hear the sound of metal scratching and pecking at the door, but luckily Spindle's doors are very heavily reinforced.
Yeah, that's what Isaac figured. They might have prepared for abnormalities like this.
Isaac, you are safe. But other cell phones have trouble reaching into Spindle itself, especially when you're in the bowels of the facility. So you are briefly cut off from your friends. At which point, I would now like to return to said friends, as they have a fun morning after their big party.
Yay!
Is there an officer down on the police counter yet?
Nope.
Huh.
It's almost like the police aren't quite sure what to describe just happened.
It's like, shouldn't we report this? What are you gonna say? A T-Rex bird? Ate
But-
Alex?
The Tycho, if you're watching the net and all that, a video from Melody has just posted. It says robot bird cryptid.
Guys?
Robot bird cryptid, and it's grainy cell phone footage taken from the windows of a Walgreens of the highway, where briefly a Tyrannosaurus-sized bird made out of metal shrapnel walks past the window.
As fuck.
This is both tutorial and on the highway.
The YouTube
Is there a guy running past
is
his
it a
pink
Wendigo? A skinwalker? Who can say?
Tycho takes a deep breath.
Perhaps it's Siren Head.
Well, Benedict's gonna definitely wake everyone up now.
I want you to know, this is Zoe.
Is everyone sleeping over?
I think
Aside
so.
of that most everybody is sleeping over, including the Undines.
And Drake is elsewhere.
This is frazzled, hungover for the first time, Zoe.
Julie immediately gives you some coffee.
What's happening?
You're gonna want this.
How to
Oh,
put this? The needle points are here.
There's
Oh.
one.
I thought you said you killed them.
There's
There's more. Apparently there's multiple car wrecks on both sides of town. There's
And
police there, but
and-
no response, so that bodes very poorly. And we can't get a hold of Isaac.
Ugh, fuck.
Am I dreaming? Am I having a nightmare?
No.
No.
What?
Alright, kiddo. Since you had your first taste of alcohol, you're gonna have your first taste of hangover cure. And
Okay.
he hands you a glass that is suspiciously red.
Oh. What's this?
Don't worry about it.
It's the color of passion.
You'll wake up.
It looks confused.
You're gonna want to be awake for this.
Okay. She drinks it.
It is a hangover cure, which is comprised of Tabasco sauce, lemon juice, and coffee.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a hangover cure.
Does it work, Jaffa?
Yes. You are
How does it
immediately
taste?
awake and you hate everything.
What the fuck? Ow! What the fuck is this?
You're awake, ain't you?
Oh god! What the fuck?
That's what happens when you drink.
I think I'd rather be hungover.
Needle points. Focus a little bit.
Hey, burns! Oh god!
Meanwhile, Celia is passed the fuck out because she's not sleeping in her house and is therefore able to sleep without having one eye open.
Yeah, there's
Billy is also in a pile on a bed with the other Undines.
Aww.
Like all four of them are just strewn together.
Aww.
This would be a lovely photo opportunity, but please wake up.
Okay, I got it. Quickly snap the photo. Okay, see how
Hey.
he got
We could get the knife out. She's already awake.
Why am I all sticky?
What?
Oh. She looks at herself and realizes she's still frog.
I imagine all four of them just had a pile in the shower.
At that moment, the front door unlocks and opens, and Rhonda Rugged and Monosyllabic Chuck come in super excited, and Rhonda says, "We got a signal!"
Yeah, and there's at least 2 or 3.
There's a more needle point.
more birds.
Chuck and Rhonda's
birds?
smiles immediately fade, and Chuck just says, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Birds? Where are
So
birds?
the Needle Boys
On
apparently
the highway,
are
not
not
the
dead.
entire town.
Oh god. Celia puts
Yeah,
her hand
where-
on her forehead.
We're yeah, it's a Quaker situation.
That's a Quaker situation.
How do you have me hangover cure?
Oh god.
Yeah, you want it?
Yeah, please.
Here you go. Don't kick me.
Celia
It's the movie where the Snatchoids are from.
Celia takes the hangover cure, tosses it back, sets the glass down, just doesn't react.
How'd you?
Don't worry about it.
I ate Jesus the other day. This is nothing.
Yep.
You know what? Fair.
That's fair.
It'll still kick in. Don't worry about it. It won't do anything. Once you eat Jesus, nothing happens to you.
Catholicism.
Eat the body of Jesus, drink his blood.
Okay. So we have at least 2 or more needle points.
Yeah, birds.
That's what we're dealing with right now.
Yes.
At least 2, maybe
Okay.
more.
Where's the signal from?
The highway.
No,
Um,
no.
Oh.
rattlesnakes?
Rhonda's like, well, we've got one in the forest to the southeast and one in the mountainy parts to the southwest.
Oh god, there's two signals?
Yeah. Plus side, Bob gave us a real good deal on the parts.
Good. Where? How many rattlesnakes are this thing?
So,
How many rattlesnakes are
We need
missing?
Fancy Dan, we need Calamity Janet, and we need Cobra Gunner.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure neither of the ones is Cobra Gunner.
Okay. Okay, what do we do?
Oh, I mean,
so getting rid of the needle point should be our top priority.
Yeah, but can we take two at the same time?
Well, looking at the map, near Walgreens, that's also right next to Stendhal.
God,
Bindle must
I don't know
already
if
be
we
aware
can
of that.
sell ourselves in front of Spindle.
That's also a good.
they know we work with Isaac.
Yeah, but like, I gotta snake out to be like useful in a fight.
You sure about
Isaac's
that?
told me
I
that he's
don't.
obfuscated many details.
Yeah, bleh.
Zoe.
She shoots back the keyboard of the cure.
I have
Zoe.
the best memories of the last time I was under Spindle care, so I'm also against it.
But also, like, yeah, but
Not sure why though.
To be honest with you, the fact that this is in front of the Walmart means a whole bunch of Melody is about to get a bunch of supernatural experiences, which jeopardizes a lot of our future expeditions. So we should get over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Linda's already having.
I don't think we have much of a choice of being subtle this time. We should at least get close-ish.
We could try to do a 3-prong where we go after the other rattlesnakes for reinforcements, but
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
If it comes between maintaining secrecy and saving lives, I'll gladly tip my hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not great, but like, I'm not just gonna let a bunch of people get drunk. Or more.
Again.
Okay. Who's the quickest on the feet / not feet?
I
got
want.
my
The
motorbike.
rattlesnakes can turn to fucking
Yeah,
go-karts, so they're...
I want to point
Rattlesnake's
out. I want to point out that I do still have a mech suit in my
You
basement.
do. Okay.
I can go and at least slow the needle points down.
What did we do with the Blartar?
You took the Blartar.
Yeah,
Julie?
you take the Volatour and put it in Kaiko's house.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure Julie was the one piloting it, so...
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We have the Volatour.
Okay, we'll send the Blartar to distraction, I guess. Hal can grab his mech suit.
Got it.
The rattlesnakes and someone else can go get the other rattlesnakes.
Hey, GP.
Yeah?
How long would it take for Isaac to go find someplace in Spindle where he'd be able to get a message out?
I think feasibly you could do it by this point.
The group text gets ping from Isaac and it goes, okay, birds chase me to Spindle. Julie, you need to make a witching hour now. So civilians are being eaten.
Says that.
That's a good idea. That means that they won't see us.
Spindle is, Isaac has pointed out to the group that Spindle is active during a witching hour.
Is it?
Yeah, Isaac has pointed out that it is active in a witching
okay.
hour.
So.
That's they're so steep in the
Wait.
supernatural themselves.
Wait. If we activate a witching hour on the highway, someone's active there.
Yep. And it would also mean going to get the rattlesnakes is going to be a lot tougher. But a lot less innocent people will be in harm's way.
You know what? Hey, you know what? That's innocent
And
people
Isaac,
dying. I can fly and bypass a lot of stuff to get to the other rattlesnakes.
I got my bike.
Let's
Yeah,
go
like-
let's go with the taxi resistance, which is say less innocent people plus a certain
Big Mel ain't gonna be happy about it.
He's not gonna be happy that they're there or that we're there.
But
Yeah.
we go out there
There was
stop on
concern.
the highway because they saw it.
You saw it, yeah.
What if they drink Big Mel?
They can try.
That's a
Hey, you know what? It's not that big of a
I'm
loss.
just saying, stat game wise, they're gonna have some problems there.
we saw what happened when the trespasser took over Big Mel. That was only temporary.
Yeah. Okay, so I agree. Witching hour, that's less innocent people in danger. It'll make our job harder, but I'd rather say more innocent people. And also that means we can do weird shit and not let everybody in the world see.
Hey,
It's fair.
Doing the right thing has never been easy, so welcome the ordeal.
TB,
Yeah.
can I use my net friend to and Kaiko's knowledge of the police scanner she got from her sister to manipulate the police scanner to get the cops out of there?
I'm gonna say that right now a lot of the cops are not paying attention to the police scanner. Because pretty much everyone except the sheriff was out there. Melody does not have a huge police department.
And there's actually a text that comes, and Isaac goes again. Spindle itself is trying to get a state of emergency to be declared, but the mayor isn't being cooperative.
Yeah. Right now, from what you can glean, government's kind of in chaos, and a lot of people haven't quite caught on yet, but they're going to soon. Shit's going down today.
Alright. So no matter what we do,
Witching hour
things
is
are going to be different after today.
witching hour it is, and that's the only way to contain the situation.
Yeah,
hour.
you witching hour, who's... Okay, where were the signals from the gas snakes?
In the mountainy, deserty part to the southwest, and in the woods to the southeast.
Which one?
I would say
Yeah.
map-wise, if we want to look for directions, I would say one's roughly in the area of the Hell Canyon campground, and one is roughly in the area of the abandoned fireworks factory and bunker area.
Which is hold on. That's
Which is right next door.
That's also where Ivora predominantly hangs out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So-
the Mothman factory.
Which is the one that would be harder to get to on foot?
The desert one.
The desert one is
further
way
away.
farther away.
I'll go for the desert because I can fly over things if it's witching hour.
Are you
Not
suggesting
much
going
good.
there alone?
I mean,
Carry
what else do you
somebody.
want me to do?
Carry somebody.
Someone's gotta-
Celia's
I
going to
mean,
peek out. Celia's going to peek outside to see if the truck is still there.
It is not.
Aww.
It has shit to do. It's got a life of its own.
Okay,
It's not just some vehicle that comes when you need it.
so who wants to come with me then?
I got my motorbike that'll cover ground a little quicker and faster.
No, so
With
who wants
train.
to come in the air? Because the whole point of me going there is to bypass buildings and everything.
And if only we had someone else who could fly. Pause a second. Cut to the graveyard. Hey Drake, how's it going? We haven't checked in on
Pretty
you
good.
in your morning routine in a while, so what's going on
Yeah.
lately?
Well, got some nice food this morning, you know. It's fresh. A little tangy, but you know. That's how it be when people get drunk by needlepoint birds.
Oh,
Um, As you are sitting down to a mock breakfast of Ooplo waffles, you look out your window and you see some teenagers heading towards the graveyard with clear lascivious intent. What do you do?
I don't know what that word means, but
That means they're gonna make out by the corpses. Or by the graves.
necrophiliacs. My worst fear.
One and all.
Would it necrophiliac be like the only person into Drake?
Wow. No, I'm.
He is dead. He
Mm.
is dead.
Here's my thing. I feel like you don't have to be into corpses to be into the undead, okay?
Right.
Yeah, vampires, for instance. Isn't that tech?
I would not fuck a corpse. I would fuck a vampire.
CC says that his 30-foot vampire Harley Quinn stroked him.
Yes.
Anyway,
30-foot vampire.
Drake goes for the hose.
Alright. So you sneak outside, you get to your hose, and you head towards the graves just in time to see one kid pinned down by a needle foot and the other with a needle firmly embedded in his skull as a needle point looms over the graveyard.
Huh.
Oh my god.
Drake reaches into his pocket, pulls out some glasses and some paper pulled together. I thought there were only 3. Interesting. He puts it back in.
I mean, it's been a couple
well,
of hours. They can get around.
True. But I could also see these damn things multiplying.
It sucks the one team completely dry. It turns its needle head to the other, at which point it notices you, which is a question, how does it without eyeballs? And it turns its needle beak in your direction for a moment, considers, and then decides to keep sucking the one that it's got.
Drake calmly grabs the hose, points it towards the bird, and just sprays.
Son of a bitch.
The needle point stops sucking midway, so there's just this half desiccated corpse now lying on the ground. It turns its needle at you with an expression, which is again hard for it to convey since its head is literally just a giant fucking hypodermic needle, but an expression that says, "Seriously?"
Oh, you want me to up the ante? Okay. Sorry, I haven't done these in a while. I'm gonna.
It plunges its one leg deep to the ground so it can raise the other leg up, and curling its needle talons raises just one needle toe / finger
Wow.
before turning its head back and sucking the rest of that corpse dry.
I'm gonna cast me a hex.
Oh my! Do it.
All right. I got a 10.
Okay. Well, what is that voodoo that you do?
Let's see. Let me. I'm gonna say target breaks something precious or important. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's feet.
Alright. You shatter one of its feet, at which point a horrible metallic shriek, the sound of metal being, like, rent, which is an awful sound, fills the air as it falls over backwards, its one foot shattered into shards of metal. It scrambles for a while, its legs kicking wildly as its body bristles and shakes and writhes in pain. And as it's twirling around, you see needles converging down its leg to make a makeshift new foot. Not quite as sturdy or as wide as the old one, but what will have to suffice for now, as it hobbles back, limping onto its feet. And now it's pissed.
I'm gonna cast another hex.
You're gonna have to act under pressure if you want to get that off before this thing fucking counterattacks.
Okay, just making sure. Okay. Oh. gonna roll me that cool. Alright, I got an 8.
That's a partial success.
Partial success. For
That's,
acting under pressure. So we scroll back up to acting under pressure. So I gotta give you a worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. So you're trying to cast a hex before this thing gets to you, right? Okay. You can succeed. I'm sorry, I'm gonna give you a hard choice.
Right.
You can succeed in casting the spell, but only after it has gotten an attack off on you. Which is to say, you can succeed in being able to roll for the spell, but only after it gets an attack on you.
Okay.
Or you can cast the spell before it can attack you with a -2 penalty. So whatever you roll and whatever you add, you have to subtract 2.
Okay. I'll let it attack me.
All right. Okay. So this fucker's pissed. It slashes at you for 3 harm.
I take no damage.
All
right. I learned from the swan, motherfucker.
Yeah, if you can beat a swan, you can definitely beat a fucking roadrunner.
If you can survive a swan, you can definitely survive a roadrunner.
Meet me.
Bitch.
Okay, anyway, I'm gonna make it so the target immediately suffers harm. 2 magic harm, ignore armor.
Nice. All right. It counters with a pin. So it raises its head up and it stabs its beak down, and it does 2 harm.
All right. I am going to give it a old bitey bite. What would I do? Oh, I'd probably do kick some ass for that.
You want to kick some ass? Yes.
Do you have a holy strength?
Yes, I do. Oh man, it's an 8.
Remember,
An
Shane,
8.
you have a lock.
You do have luck, yeah.
On a success, 7 or more, you inflict harm on whatever you're fighting. The amount of harm is based on the established dangers of the game. So you inflict harm, but that means this thing gets to attack back.
Okay, yeah. I'm cool with tussling with big old Needlebird.
Alright, so how much harm do you do?
I do 3 harm that ignores armor.
Awesome! Alright. It does impale, which does 8 harm, which it can only do when it's got a foe pinned.
Oh!
Ooh.
It's ignore by 3, but still.
Yeah,
That's
so...
still... His strength. Oh.
So for most creatures, there's no getting out of this, but Drake, you've got some teleportation bullshit you can do.
Right.
But it's impaling you. It's jabbed its needle deep into you.
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking at some things. Okay. I'm going to do a I'm gonna do a recharge.
Okay.
Which is by exposing yourself to a large source of energy type, you can attempt to heal yourself. When you try to recharge, roll plus healer, and on a 10 up, you heal 2 harm.
Nice.
Okay. And I got a 10.
Awesome. Cool. It does drain essence. It does 4 harm, and You give me one of your hero abilities. I think it likes recharge. Recharge is a nice ability.
Yeah.
Does that mean Shady can't use it?
Oh no, Shady can until he dies. But now it can use it.
It's Mega Gearus.
Oh God, no. You know, I should probably get out of here. I'm kinda hurting.
Yeah, baby.
It also, the drain is with 0 damage still because of the armor.
That's okay. They can just keep draining that essence, that sweet, sweet essence. Also, I'm not sure armor's gonna help you much when you've been stabbed right through.
You never know. You never know. Maybe the armor is like getting into the wound and blocking at someone. You don't know.
Pretty sure, I made this monster, so I would say this fucking ignores the drain essence ignores fucking armor because the creature has to get off 2 successful attacks beforehand to do it.
So
He has to pin you, and then he's got to impale you, and then he can start draining your sweet, sweet essence.
Well, I should probably go.
Yeah.
So, grabbing the ground with a hup, Drake tosses pocket sand into his eye and books it on out of there.
It's not
No, you're impaled. You're impaled.
Oh.
You cannot break the impale until someone else attacks this creature.
Ah.
Yeah, this is nasty. Once it gets you impaled, you're kind of fucked. Now I'm gonna give you this bullshit. Your teleportation stuff can help you out here.
All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna just do that.
Alright, where are you teleporting to?
Let me. Alright, that's a baby. Let's go. Alright, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna teleport to Suki.
Oh no.
Alright, gang. Where have you gotten in the middle of your planning?
Well, if he teleports into Kaiko's house,
I just want to know, where have you guys gotten in the middle of your planning? We're gonna deal with that when we deal with that. Where have you gotten in the middle of your planning?
Suki has probably gone, okay, somebody's going to tell me to go somewhere. I need to get my motorcycle out of Kaiko's garage.
That's a nice way to BS it. Okay, so you're heading to the garage when suddenly there's a comical popping sound. And Drake and a giant needlepoint fall out of the sky in a heap, and in the process of smacking against the ground, Drake pops off like a champagne cork of the needlepoint's needle. While the needlepoint struggles to get its footing.
Fantastic. Suki's like blank-faced, grabs the silly cursed knife she has on her pocket at all times because she doesn't let anybody else touch it, whips that shit out and goes, it's time to murder.
Wait a minute.
Everyone inside the house, you just saw this happen.
Wait a minute. This is in the garage, right?
It's right outside the garage.
And in the garage is where sleeps the devil dragon.
Yep.
So
we don't need to be trained.
Okay, so just to establish the scenario, needlepoint popped in, Drake shot off like a champagne cork, Suki is right outside the door of the garage, Kaiko and everyone else is still inside the house determining what we're gonna do, at which point you hear this loud thud and you look out the window and you see a needlepoint scrabbling to its feet on the ground outside.
I would like
And Isaac's.
Suki can roll because she's in the immediate bullshit of this.
Yes, I would like to roll a kick some ass. Because, fuck it, I might as well stab it with my magic knife of bullshit. That's a 10.
Awesome. I believe on a 10 or more, you get to take an extra effect.
Ooh.
Yes, I am reading up on it real quick. So I'm going to pick the ability of you force them where you want them, which is further away than the entrance of the garage and the house.
Holy shit, Callie.
Goddamn scam.
Damn.
And that also gets
I
Suki
dig
with
that.
the magic knife in like hand range, so she is like just slashing into it with the red smoking knife of weird bull stuff. And she's pushing it specifically away to the nearest tree to run into because it's got large sharp.
How much damage does your knife do?
2 harm magic damage.
Alright. So you do stab it, and the magic does make it effective as it forces the creature to scrabble back into the street as it starts to hobble to its feet. People in the house,
Kaiko's fire. Kaiko's fire, I think, is gonna instinctively perk up because at this point, I'm gonna flavor it as it's registered these things and it doesn't like them.
Yeah.
I get to mark.
I'd say that's accurate.
Competition.
This is mine. Get back.
This is my turf.
This is my hole. It belongs to me.
This is my kindling. Fuck off.
Julie groggily looks at all this, sees Suki out there, and says, "Doesn't she know that we've got a door that connects to the garage inside? You didn't have to go out."
Fuck!
I'm kidding, the Minotaur bot.
Is that what you're focusing on right now?
He heads to the door to the garage.
That's a 12 on Kaiko's?
Okay.
Everyone's rolling high tonight.
A 12 what? Like, is it
Kick
kick
an ass because my fire is acting on its own.
Alright, so you're jumping out to kick some ass with your fire? Or is it just gonna go right through the fucking window?
It goes right through the window.
Alright. Roll. What's your damage?
Well, 3 with 3, but the creature is registered as weak, so that's doubled.
Alright, yeah, so you do some
that's
nasty damage.
And since it was a 12, that's an additional 2 harm, I think.
Nice, nasty damage.
Alright, well, fuck.
Alright.
I'm gonna use my new ability and charge directly in there.
And Zoe's also going to go outside.
The Gattlesnakes are converting their soda machines to Gatling guns and getting ready for a fight.
Celia's rushing out too.
Zoe's going to shed with her dressed out, changes with her.
Okay, so whenever you charge immediate danger, you hold 2. You may spend your hold on...
One of those.
Okay. Alright, so Hal's in the fray, motherfuckers!
Oh, hey Hal, how you doing?
I'm gonna say it is now the Needle Point's turn, because it's gotta get some blows in here at some point.
We do need to establish an initiative at some point.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, like, adding initiative into this game, because I think it's just something that fights need.
Yeah.
Many of us.
And that might be something we have to do when we do a level up next time. We start putting points into initiative.
It is a little clunky without being,
Yeah. I mean, it does allow occasionally for, like, a character to do something that flows naturally storytelling-wise, but I think it makes fights very hard to determine. Anyway, the Needle Point, it's realized it's got to play some hardball today. It does a pin attack to Suki, dealing 2 harm.
It's a good thing I have
Holding you still until someone breaks you out of the hold, or until it gets its next attack.
Alright, bitch.
Can I bite it?
Sure.
That is a
I
9.
actually low-balled my damage there, TC. It should be an 8 in total.
Nice.
That'll be a 9. Kick some ass.
Mm-hmm.
which does 3 harm, and drains 1 HP, but I haven't taken any damage yet, so that's pointless. So 3 damage. This is what I do. I bite things.
Is it magic damage? Or is this just a
No,
bite?
but it's just a bite, but like.
Okay, you bite its metal body,
I
and you kind of gum it.
No, I ignore armor. Okay, no, I ignore armor.
Okay, if you ignore your armor, then yeah, you
Yeah.
use the damage.
It's been a while since I've actually had to bite something.
And you're biting a giant metal bird.
Yeah, this is a. Yeah. 3 piercing, 3 armor ignoring damage.
Nice.
Alright, I am going to do something very stupid.
Alright.
Because I rolled a 12, and I can do this.
So,
I rolled a 12, and I can do this. I have advanced magic. I'll copy that, and so you can read what that does. So... whatever I want happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to pick what else happened. I want to blow this thing off of its feet and rip one of them off.
Just going for its legs lately.
I want it off of
Hey.
Suki, basically.
Uh-oh.
Didn't you regenerate a bit though, Drake?
That was after it
Yeah,
attacked
you're fine.
me.
You're fine.
Right. Right.
You're fine.
Okay.
You managed it. You're all right.
I would like to.
I mean,
get
you're
him out
close
of
to
dodge,
death,
then.
but you're all right.
I would like to pull him out of harm's way then.
I mean, he flew out of harm's way like Team Rocket, so
Yeah.
Drake's blasting off again!
Drake's had it rough the last 2 arcs.
Man, first the swan and now this. What is it with birds, man?
Birds are bastards.
Well, remember, what's the snake's natural predator?
True. It's very true.
So what else happened?
Snakes, though. He's
Okay,
a pussy.
so
Speaking of snakes, isn't there a dragon in the garage?
sorry, that distracted me. Can you re-describe what you did, Hal?
I want to blow the needle point off of Suki and have one of its legs fall off.
All right, and then I have to decide something else that happens
Yep,
in your favor or out of your favor.
in my favor. It's extra
In your
benefit.
favor.
Benefit, it says.
All right. You blow off its second leg, and as it's scrambling on the ground, missing one leg, and the other leg is this hobbled thing that it quickly grew back into place. It rolls, and its needle beak hits the ground mid-roll, and there's a snap.
Ooh.
And there's a horrific shriek, like one that hurts everybody's ears, as it finally rolls to a halt, and as it struggles to try and stand with its one remaining leg, it falls back to the ground, and it's leaking fluid from its beak, and it turns its head piteously to all of you, and raises its hobbled foot up, with its sort of mangled needle makeshift hand, in a gesture of like, please stop. A gesture of surrender.
It's surrendering to us?
You ripped off one of its legs, the other leg's mangled, and it's now lost its beak.
It's bleeding.
It's helpless.
It's
No,
also intergalactic police.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zoe looks
Drake-
to the, Katie.
Drake is going to hobble over and just try and blast another hex at it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. No. What do
No,
you
that's
want to
fair.
do?
You got the shit beat out of you.
Yeah, that's fair. And then I say it's Kaiko's turn to do something because she hasn't in a second.
Okay. Let's see. That's an 8 plus 6. That's a 14.
Oh,
Alright, so what's your total damage?
Um,
Or what are you doing?
I'm just gonna do the hex and just target immediately suffers 2 harm that ignores armor.
Nice. You do some decent damage and make it real, like, it reels back, as much as it can while it's on the ground in pain. And now it bends its neck in, so its shattered head can rest on the ground and covers its face with its sole remaining foot, and just shudders in the presence of the inevitable end.
Kaiko's going to use Dark Negotiator.
Okay.
Which means I can manipulate someone with monsters.
Okay.
And since Kaiko see how it all fits, I can use Sharp instead of Charm. And basically what it's going to get is an image of the... Basically it's going to get a feeling and an image of it not belonging here and needs to get the fuck out and never come back. For a 10.
Okay. So let me look at how manipulate someone works. So, so you got a 10. So they will do what you want as long as you do what you have offered.
Which means won't kill it.
Okay. The creature lifts up its foot and turns its proboscis towards you, its mangled proboscis. And you get an image back. It's accompanied with a shrieking noise in your head, but you can tell it's trying to soften the noise. Like it can't help but feel discordant when it's communicating with you, but it's trying not to. And it protests with utter sincerity and bleak hopelessness that it can't. It doesn't control where it gets to be. That's the supreme authority's job.
Well, you're you're in a universe where it doesn't have any power.
But it holds my strings. It made me.
Kaiko looks to Julie.
What?
You have something that can manipulate strings, right?
Yeah.
Theoretically, can't you bind its strings to the seamstress? Give it a new management?
She considers that, and she looks at her hand, and the fingers tap on the sort of metal circle on her wrist where it sort of, made its home. They tap on it for a moment like they're thinking, and then the hand does a sort of shruggy gesture. I think it's like, I don't fucking know, we could try.
Is this a good idea?
It's helpless between us, and it's basically surrendered. And so
Yeah,
the
but
impression I'm getting, it has no choice in what it's doing.
Yeah, but it almost killed Drake. Drake, are you okay? How?
Oh
Oh yeah, Drake. How?
You do have
Hal-
a water sword.
Hal is standing by the needle bird in case it,
How?
swings.
Drake is dying. We'll switch places.
But By this point, Julie has just walked up to the damn thing, and she's already stuck her needles into the mess of it. And you see the needles start plucking strings, and the bird shrieks and winces as what is going on is clearly something it finds distressing. You're not sure if it's pain or just fear. And then they both stop. And Julie's head hangs back. And when you look at her, you see her eyes are glazed over and she's drooling.
Oh god.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But the hand is still moving. In fact, the hand is moving very, very quickly. And the keen-eyed among you will even notice that it's pulling on strings and slowly pulling a green thread out of the needle point while working a purple thread in.
Oh. Try to hold that hand. I think it's working.
Oh boy.
So everyone else gets to do an Isaac saw when Julie did this before. Shame Isaac's not around though.
And slowly, in a process that takes a couple of minutes, at which point the Gattlestakes come out with their Gatling guns, but seeing that Julie's doing some weird needle shit, decide to just back off for a moment. Eventually, Julie shakes her head up. It's like, oh, what the fuck? And she looks, and as she looks, the needle point...
TT. I
Yeah?
forgot to mention, one of the level ups I got, if I do a successful manipulate someone, they become my ally.
So as the needle point shudders and shifts, and you all feel your heads like throb a little bit and your ears pop as reality blinks in and out of a witching hour. And when it gets back to normal, the needle point has regrown its feet and its beak. But it's now slightly different in shape. Its needle body reconfiguring to make something that looks more elegant. Still made of needles, but more in line with the aesthetic of Julie's hands. A little bit less nightmarish and more a beautiful piece of abstract art.
Still like a dinky bird.
Not sure if that's how I would describe a glorious piece of abstract art, but okay.
Yeah.
It no longer looks like a Bayformer.
I was going to make the obvious comparison.
Once Hal sees that the needlepoint is like now not a psychotic murder machine after us, he's gonna run over to Drake and like hover his hands over and go, do you want me to try this again?
Might as well. I got nothing to lose.
You do have the sword.
He got an 11. He's fine. So
Yay!
He flinches and puts his hands down on Drake, and the healing magic comes out, and this time it does not do damage to you.
So, like not even 30 seconds after the whole witching hour flicker, there's a text from Isaac that goes, "What did you just do?"
What you just do?
Something tugged on the strings very hard.
Rewrote a needle point, don't worry about it.
You know, it's not often we get to show kindness to something that single-mindedly devoted itself to destroying us. Last time we did, Kaiko got a girlfriend.
Wow.
Wow! Also needle associated now that you think about it.
Wow, kind of
So-
like a harem.
Oh,
What?
TT.
Yeah?
I rolled recharge again. That cool?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
See?
Okay, it was successful. I got
Hasn't
10.
Kaiko
So-
always wanted a monster boyfriend?
What is this group but a group of people who find ways to put a cushion on a needle? Like a thimble, if you will.
Isaac's just across town, feeling the weave go bonkers. It's like,
Speaking of
what are
Isaac,
they doing?
it's been like fucking DEFCON 7 over there. It's goddamn chaos. Because this has never happened in the history of Spindle and Melody before. Something this fucking flagrantly supernatural, like, even the fucking gourmand, the goddamn he who becomes,
Healthy.
was fucking subtle.
Are all three still hanging around Spindle?
No. At least one of them is here with you guys now. Once on Spindle security cams, like, once you get out of the bowels of Spindle, like the parking garage is essentially where you entered through. And once you get like into the building and start working your way from parts that you aren't in as often to try and get to Dr. Wen or somebody who can help you get more in touch with what's going on, which has been hard because everyone's fucking panicking. You see that there's security footage. The birds briefly tried to break in, but once they found that they couldn't, they just started going about their initial mission, which was continue draining essence until they can, just continue draining essence. It's odd that they keep doing it right now because, as far as you can tell, they've kind of achieved what they already wanted, which is materializing in the non-bewitched version of Melody.
Yeah, speaking of which, Isaac would send, there would be another message going, we need a witching hour.
Yep.
Speaking of, we need a witching hour.
Are you okay, Julie?
I got a fucking hangover.
I mean, yeah.
Actually, I don't. That coffee worked really well.
What's that, Julia?
Do you need some red drink?
No, I'm good.
So what's the importance
that
of
just-
the needle points giving us now?
It's confused. Congratulations, guys. You just separated a board drone from the collective.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Well, we
And
did.
we were just talking about
And-
Buddy.
And Hugh's
Yeah.
reaction right now is, like Hugh's, he's like, what do I do?
Oh, it really is Hugh.
Oh my god.
Like, its voice is now now when you're able, if you're talking to it, what you hear are not discordant metal shrieks, but rather a far more melodic metal sound, like wind chimes. But it's conveying a sort of low-key panic and just bewilderment, like a child that's lost.
Now what?
Well, it has well, now at least it has a choice to be able to do what it wants, and well,
We got two more of these things, so I'm gonna go get the
it stopped what it
Blartar.
was doing, and now it's
And-
Yeah.
As
Blartar.
Fury goes to the garage to get the Blartar, the needlepoint perks up looking at her and follows her like a duckling that's imprinted.
Oh.
well.
Hal, from
I'm just mad it's off me.
as Hal
Are you
is standing up from healing Drake, he goes, "Congratulations, Keiko, it's a boy."
Do we actually know that?
No, we don't.
Yeah. We
It's
don't.
made of needles.
We
Needles
can,
and pain.
We
So
may
I
have
don't-
to teach it gender.
Isaac. So they can be rewired.
also, for it, Drake, are you okay?
I could use some more healing.
Hold on, let me get over here.
A monosyllabic Chuck offers you an ecto cooler. Slurpee.
Oh yeah. Nice. How much does that heal?
It heals 5. Or ghost.
Okay.
Or ghost 11. It's got ectoplasmolites.
I don't.
I hate
The
you.
Gatorade.
It's electrolytes, but you know, for ghosts.
Yes.
Oh.
I like them.
Thanks, Chuck.
He gives you a thumbs up. And Ron is like, huh, never seen someone rewire a cop before.
From what I gather, we simply had our version of the Supreme Authority recruit it.
I guess that sounds roughly analogous to what the fuck just happened there.
Your authority seems pretty chill, seeing as she's got, you know, a punk bitch for her enforcer, so Rhonda gives a thumbs up. Julie's like, goddamn right I'm a punk bitch.
He's a punk ass bitch.
Needle, how many of you are there? She like pulls up fingers.
It turns its head to look at you very sheepishly. And it digs 1 foot in, lifts 1 foot up, and it begins to try and motion, but then thinks. And then it digs its claw, one of its needle claws into the earth, and draws itself, and then scratches itself out, then draws 2 more, and then draws a very sinister-looking hand that's much, much bigger than those 2.
Oh, I hate that.
Around the chest. Is this what I think it is?
And they look at me like, ah, damn, it's a fingernail.
A what?
Supreme Authority didn't just rely on these cops, it's got some tougher enforcers, and it calls them the fingernails. Together they make the right hand of the authority.
I hate that.
I hate that too. Don't worry about it.
So, like,
Well, they need a superior officer.
yeah, I guess that's what you call them, but
We've dealt with 2, and here's the remaining 3.
then I guess we're going to continue with our original plan.
So, getting all together then at the Melody Light Show summoning Cobra Gunner.
Yeah. Are we bewitched?
Are we in Bewitched? Or are we still in the middle?
We've said we gotta start a witching hour, but like,
Right.
we haven't all gotten on board with that yet, so no.
Isaac
Starting
can't impulse. You just
Yeah, Isaac asked this too.
Okay,
I
okay.
kept saying to do so.
Alright, well, sorry, I had a hangover.
Shit.
Okay, tease it. Julie tears open reality and a witching hour begins.
You got much better at that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, now I'm finally getting the Blar car, and she opens up the garage, and she gets into her giant, set Minotaur mech, and the dragon looks a little confused. It's been sleeping right next to it as this giant mecha stands up and gets out of the garage. The dragon looks out, sees the big needle burn, sees all of you, snorts, and very much like a cat, curls its head back up and goes back to sleep.
Who's coming with me to the desert?
I guess I will.
Okay.
Take one of the rattlesnakes with you, and we'll take another
I think the
rattlesnake.
rattlesnakes should go for the other rattlesnake because there's 2 of them. They have strength in numbers.
Yes, but
And I can't carry them.
Well, we're not worried about them carrying them. They can cover heat for most of what they need. So, on top of it, this wild rattlesnake, per se, doesn't know you. We're thinking. So, have a rattlesnake follow you on the ground. We'll go with the other rattlesnake. Cover the ground, get everybody together, fight more of these things.
Right.
It'll be good.
Yuki's right.
That's a fair point.
Administrated.
Oh, is that ours, Callie?
Yep.
It's a chicken.
Damn.
Went from a kiwi to a peacock.
Oh my god. Okay, Rhonda, Chuck, you want to come with that? Follow us on the ground then?
And they turn into their car forms.
Wait, I thought the one gal said she's go find one gal thing, the other gal
Yeah,
said
one's
the
going
other.
with us. Yeah, you guys, someone else is going, other people are going with the other.
Okay.
Chuck turns his head to Ron and is like, I'll go with Zoe. And Ron is like, alright.
I'm going with Rhonda. She seems like she'll be fun. Let me go get
So
her.
who's going to the abandoned fire factory?
Rhonda Rocket's
Ron
going to the fireworks factory. Zoe and
Where's Zoe
Chuck
going?
are going to the desert.
I think
The
Zoe's
mountain.
about to go fight the fucking needlepoints.
It might be better if I join the needlepoint offensive. Y'all need a tank.
Lark's got pretty good land speed, and I think this bird thing's following me now, so...
I'm also going
Like,
to.
having a log, maybe you can talk to the others, tell them to, cool their shit.
Yeah, I'm also going, because...
I can be a turret.
Yeah, you can shoot them from far. So wait, then who's coming with me? Just me and Chuck then?
No, the needlepoint and Julie are coming with you.
Oh, to get to the desert?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's type this out. So we have 3 parties.
We have a desert party and a firework party and potentially a bird party, but we don't know where the birds are.
Yeah, we don't know where the others are.
So we'll split into two.
Taika will DM Isaac. Is one needlepoint still there?
No, they've gone into the city now. Long since gone into the city. Or at least they've
Yeah,
long
Isaac
since
was
left
saying
Spindle.
that.
Alright, so we have 2
They're
left.
not.
I'd like to grab Isaac, but I'm not flying anywhere near Spindle.
One is Taika with DM's Isaac. One is dealt with. We don't know where the other 2 are.
Did anyone tell Isaac where the 2 rattlesnakes were showing up?
Ooh. Zoe will shoot a text to him.
Because he hasn't heard about the rattlesnakes yet.
Yeah. So shoot him a text, tell him where they are, and that we're trying to...
Okay. And then he'll say, I will meet you in the desert.
Okay.
Alright,
Because he's closer to that.
So, desert party is me, Chuck, Julie, and Needle,
Yep.
and then abandoned fireworks is Benedict, Celia, Drake, Hal, and Kaiko.
I suppose.
Okay. That sounds good. Who am I carrying? I don't think I'm carrying anybody. You 2 are too heavy for me.
Yeah, I'm going on the Blartar.
Yeah, I guess I'll just fly, and if I catch sight of the rattlesnake before you guys, that's where I'll die too.
Taika's gonna get one attack from Julie before they leave.
Aww.
I will
Okay.
be right back. I'm going home to get that
You
Mech
shouldn't
suit?
go
mech suit.
Yeah, mech suit.
I mean, you should just go with me and Snake here, because we're gonna be going past your house anyway.
That's true.
Alright, drop
And
me
you-
off.
I'll carry you, Hal, and drop you off at home while on our way.
I can't carry the mech suit, but I can carry you!
Hey, Chief.
Barely, because he's a side of fucking beef.
Yeah. He's like looking at you and trying to figure the logistics out of it. Okay, if I grab you like this, wrap my tail right here. Okay.
Just ride her like a luck dragon.
Okay, don't.
Don't tell me you haven't thought about it.
With the 4 arms, you could just latch onto his back like a backpack.
Theoretically, like wrap all 4 of them around his torso and just carry him.
It'll look like from below, it'll look like he's flying with the wings and a giant tail.
Yeah.
I'll get my suit and I'll meet you guys at the fireworks factory, because I'm not going to that fireworks place again, Kaiko.
Kaiko nods at that noodle incident.
Can't believe the Catman can fly now.
He's not the Catman
They
anymore,
fly
remember?
now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
The Mothman 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. Hey, high five, Scappa.
High five. There.
So he's going to lift off.
Suki gets on her motorbike for the first time in a while.
Off we go, I guess.
Off the way we go.
Yeah. Off we go.
Kaiko holds her arm because her fire is a little disappointed it didn't get to
Eat
finish it
anything.
again.
Get to eat anyone today? No.
Alright, GG.
Okay, so, Isaac.
Yes.
You finally...
His car is back on the highway. He is not going back for that.
Alright, you finally find Dr. Wen, who's in a room that you didn't know existed until someone pointed you in the direction of it, the Crisis Center.
Ooh.
Which you are wanted at, because you've seen firsthand, you've had firsthand experience with these goddamn things.
Yeah, they chased me to the place.
So you go in, there's a bunch of scientists here you haven't met. There's a bunch of business suits here that you haven't met. Frank Orenberg's here.
Oh god.
There's a guy who has a giant robot arm. Like, and by that I mean it's not just a prosthesis. Like, it's a fucking, like, he looks like a transformer who's all known as a backhoe. Like, he's got this giant mechanical fucking monstrosity, this goddamn 2002 Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock arm, where his right arm should be.
I knew Spindle was into some weird technology stuff, but that's a new one.
And when you come in, Wen's like, oh, thank God. There's Isaac. Isaac Q. He's one of our best field agents. He's actually seen these things.
Damn
Frank
things
Orenberg
chased me
was
right
good
up to the
because-
front door.
Ah, Isaac, your name's been on Wen's lips quite a while. Seems like you're here in our hour of need. Come on in.
Walk up to the table.
Alright, so we've got a pretty sticky situation here. You know, it's the kind of thing you think would obviously happen in a town full of monsters, that eventually one will just wander down the main street, but has this ever happened in the history of this town? And everyone's shaking their heads. It's interesting. It's almost as if they know that there's sort of a benefit to being kept under wraps. This thing clearly does not care about it. You said it's a multiversal and extra-dimensional sort of threat? Something from
Yeah,
yeah.
I was running away from it when I was trying to deliver the information, so it was a little rushed. But from what my investigations have gathered, it is a entity from a neighboring universe or alternate universe, whatever term you want to use, and it is slipped or cut its way into ours and is now trying to integrate itself, much similar to the biological one from a few months ago.
When you give that bit of description, when you talk about it cutting its way into our world, something shines in Frank Orenberg's eyes, and he leans in and looks at you with renewed interest, and he's like, "You're saying this thing
I use that term
pierce the
specifically.
veil and travel through the space between spaces, as we've been calling it."
That seems to be the all evidence points to that.
What's its purpose here? Has it made contact? Has it been given any demands?
Not that I've no demands so far. Every encounter with it, it's just been violent, trying to consume and integrate itself.
So all of that power packed into a creature that's just a predator?
I don't know if predator's the right word, more like attack dog. I think there is
So why do you-
something guiding it, but no confirmation. Everything.
That's what I thought when I saw it, because it looks like it's artificial, like it's made. It could almost be like a probe, like a scout. Which implies that this is yet another threat that has a consciousness behind it. Even if it's not the bird things themselves, with whatever's sent and controlling them.
So they would probably be more like drones.
Yes. Alright, well, clearly, we have to find some way to send a message to whatever's sending these things not to send any more, as well as destroy the damn things. I think it's of vital importance to capture one of these monsters, study it, figure out how it works, how it's communicating with whatever sent it, and that way we can send a message back that says, hey, don't come here anymore, or something like that. Is that doable, Wen? Isaac, do you think it's possible to capture one of these things alive?
And he seems to think about that as he's trying not to panic openly. Yes, I suppose that's theoretically possible if you can find something. I mean, it's something that can contain it, and you can, if it's operating like any other creature, as you said, it seems to be acting like a predator. Maybe bait? Something you can lure it to some place? I don't know.
Or it seems to be lured by people.
Actually, have there been any reports of like livestock or missing pets?
Nothing that we've picked up on.
Then yeah, it's probably just going after people for whatever reason. Maybe we have a more intense flavor they appreciate.
Orenberg's eyes turn to the doctor with the horrifying giant robot arm and says, Dr. Ware, do you think we have anything in R&D that can help us in this situation? And
Doctor.
the doctor with the robot arm strokes his very long white beard and says, an interesting idea. We have some robot assault suits that could certainly pack quite a punch. And possibly restrain the thing long enough to wrestle it in, but of course, the problem with that is how do we keep people from seeing that we have a little mini mecha running about? What we could do is finally crank up that experimental generator and see if we can cause one of those. What did you call them? When it was a charming little term, wasn't it? A witching hour. So yes, a witching hour. Yes, I could remove the whole innocent bystander angle for a while, especially since that hasn't declared a state of emergency yet.
If I may, sir, before I came down, I looked outside and the skies were purple, so I believe we are currently in one.
A true one? Is that true? And the researcher quickly runs to one of the councils yes, sir, witching hour has begun. Very recently. Whew. Well, guess we won't have to test the experimental drive yet until we've got some more rigorous tests. Pity. I can't wait to crank that sucker on.
Oh my god.
So, robot suits, I think. Isaac, have you ever piloted one of my machines?
Not unless you didn't work on any of the vehicles. But nothing.
I haven't given him one of your mecha suits, although I did give him one of your souped-up trucks. Yes, this is going to be a fun experience for you, then.
Wait, wasn't one of those souped-up trucks? Wasn't one of those destroyed by a stone giant?
Yes, it was.
If I remember correctly, it also had a giant robot arm that came out.
Yes, and that's why it's one of Dr. Ware's.
Oh.
All right, so we're gonna add a third mech suit to the posse.
Mexu party.
Wait, third? Oh, wait. And
Hal's got one.
Zoe's Rattlesnake Arm will be the fourth.
Yeah.
Oh my god, fuck.
I guess if we include all the rattlesnakes, it's like 7?
I swear to God, we don't have a Power Rangers by the end of this arc.
So Dr. Ware leads you out of the room, down deep into the bowels of the facility, to a floor that you haven't been to before. He's like, "This is my department. It's the R&D special machinery. They don't let most of this get much action up front. We're saving it for the big finale. But I think desperate times call for desperate measures, don't they?"
Of course.
Ezekiel. Dr. Wen thinks very highly of you. Have you been at the company long?
I only moved to this branch in the last year, but I've been active with Spindle for close to a decade now, I believe.
Procuring beasties, right? That's your specialty?
Tracking them, studying them, eliminating if it requires it.
Mostly limiting yourself to more mundane appearing items, guns and the like, yes?
Yes.
Well, I think today, and he opens up a huge garage-style door, is a very well-deserved upgrade to your armaments. Now, we haven't officially named this machine yet, but, well, I've thought of all sorts of things, like the neck snapper, the bone cruncher, the beast breaker. I also thought of calling it Tin, you know? Would be very, very unsuspecting. He said, "Oh, we're gonna set up the Tims." I would be like, "Oh, just some mid-management grunts?" No, giant robots. And
Take them by surprise.
as you enter the garage, you see this fucking squat, 30-foot tall, vaguely humanoid robot with a set of 4 legs. It looks kind of like the sentry droids in Fallout, or like a 4-legged Zaku from Gundam.
Jesus.
With this heavy-duty industrial military prototype death machine with a giant red cyclopean eye.
Oh, God.
Its chest opens up, and a ladder descends for you to climb up into its cockpit. I believe you'll find quite intuitive.
I was going to ask, is there a training course I need to go through?
Just go on in there, and you'll find a nice little thing will drop down, and you'll just nestle it onto your head, and then that'll do the rest.
Oh, it's controlled by Neuralink?
Something like that.
Warning bells going
You
off
can
in
read
Isaac's
that
head.
situation if you'd like.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm trying. Where's my character sheet? Read that situation. That's a sharp. Oh, actually, I can use tool for it because of tactical genius.
Nice.
Ooh, so that's a 9 plus 2, 11.
Alright, what questions would you like to ask?
Let me bring my reference. Are there any dangers I haven't noticed?
Yeah, cool. As you approach the ladder and look up, you do see the little thing that he's talking about that's going to drop down on your head and allow you to communicate with the machine. And as you look under it, under the red light that illuminates the interior of this machine, you realize that little diadem hanging from the top of the cockpit, it's got needles on the side that are going towards your skull. So it sounds like the link is going to be more invasive than you might think. What would you like your second question to be?
What happened to the test pilots?
Okay, there's the sheet. Uh, ta- 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 ta. Hmm. I guess it's just what's the best way to protect me, the victim.
The best way would be to run the fuck out of this room and push the brittle old man next to you onto the ground, because while his arm may be a robot, the rest of him is old as shit.
Oh God.
You're really forcing this now, huh?
I'm not forcing it. You know, there are lots of options you could take here. I just
Alternatively, could just
suggested
dead
two.
robot.
Yes, Shinji.
You just have to know I don't want my brain pierced. Thanks. Ugh, brain pierced.
Okay, I've got an idea, and this is actually this won't be me pulling something out of my ass because it's something I've talked about before. I'm gonna climb into it, and rather than use I'm gonna use magic.
Alright.
I'm going to disable the helmet and at the same time try to use my strings to puppet the mech as if I'm puppeting it. Because I have talked before about Isaac's trying to use strings to puppet things.
Roll that magic.
Julie's been doing that for the Blartar.
Yeah.
And the Needlebird.
But she's
Okay,
no
come
longer
on.
pumping. She revoked the Needlebird. She's not pumping it.
To be fair, both the
Six.
Blartar and the Needlebird are designed to work on, dimensional needle technology.
Yeah.
I feel like I should take a picture because that's 2 6s plus my weird, which is 1, 13.
Hot damn!
Damn. If it was ever a time, now is the time.
I want to make sure I don't lose this little blue die because that thing's like very nice to me.
That thing has been saving your life tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than roll 20.
I'm knocking on wood over here.
Yeah.
No one has to use any luck yet tonight.
Yeah.
So far.
Dun dun dun.
Listen, we all know who has the most uses of luck in the game at this point.
Isaac's having a very stressful time tonight.
Oh.
As you get into the robot and you cast this magic, you are overcome with a sudden feeling. A feeling akin to the feeling that you would have gotten, say, as a child being hugged by your loving mother after a very rough day.
Hmm.
Just this feeling of a powerful, highly respected, somewhat intimidating presence that is telling you it loves you and you are going to be okay. And as this happens, you see all the various purple strings that hold this thing that was made in this reality together as part of this reality, and they jerk violently. The diadem shatters and disintegrates and dissipates into the air. You're tenderly lifted into the piloting seat, and the interior of the cockpit shifts to be something that you find familiar. It shifts to basically look like a car, like the front seat of a car. Or a video game controller, something that you know how to manipulate. And as it does, the robot shifts and shakes, and Dr. Ware is watching this whole thing, like, what on earth is happening? And you see the arms of this thing, hidden armaments made of needles that look painfully familiar, that are laced with a golden thread, are ejected. And the thread wriggles and writhes and shakes until it turns from gold to purple.
Oh. The needle points were green.
The whole robot just shudders and shakes and jilts until it's reforged. to be yours. Not Spindle's.
Excellent.
Yours. Dr. Ware watches the whole spectacle, utterly befuddled. He's like, Isaac, are you alright? Did it work? What's happening? This didn't happen
I think I got the
Mr.
hang.
Violence?
I think I got the hang of this.
My word, you're speaking normally. Of course, that's not normal at all. Don't mind me. Anyway, I'll just get the exit ramp for you. There we go, and like a huge section of the ceiling like lowers to become a ramp. If you go up there, there's an elevator that'll lead you to one of our loading docks. You can get out. Just bring that thing back. I'm gonna want to figure out what's going on with it. There's some strange hoodoo about.
Sure. And Isaac wheels out.
Sure.
Alright, so you are now in the Spindle brand mech. Would you like to name it?
Come back to me on that one.
Alright. Thimbletron.
Thimbelina.
Bob Thimblin.
You roll out of the loading dock. Everyone's watching as this giant robot goes. Some of the grunts in the loading dock are like, the fuck? Others are just like, eh. And you roll outside, and when you look outside, you see Big Mel in the distance. The sky is purple. You've got a clear path to sort of travel onto the roads of the city. Where do you want to go?
I really was not expecting to get
A robot?
a mech. Yeah, this is throwing me for a loop. I wasn't expecting to get a spellbook, and now I'm getting a mech.
But does the mech have a built-in phone?
Here's the thing, though. The power requirements for this thing are fucking enormous.
Yeah.
But now it's hooked right up to the seamstress.
Well, I would definitely say this whole situation calls for a Godzilla threshold.
But the thing is, the seamstress is a light touch. She's not going to give everything to you.
Yeah, fair.
That's one of the defining things that makes her different than the other supreme authorities we've seen here.
This was
Well-
this was basically your mom making you hot chocolate after you had a bad cold day.
You got ravaged by giant birds, sweetie. Here you go. Have some.
See your knees, so she goes to the Toys R Us and buys you that big toy you've been wanting.
Aww.
And
Spider
then
Needle
over
Mom.
there.
Or Needle Spider Mom.
I mean, wolf spiders are very good mothers.
Or you used your magic powers to cry out in need, and the source of those magic powers saw what was happening and was like, oh fuck no.
Don't you mean in needle?
But alright.
So I know they went towards town, the birds did, but
Yep.
I said I was
The
going
others
to try
haven't
them
informed you that there are rattlesnakes and all that.
Yeah. You said you were gonna meet us at the desert.
And you know that the needle points are after the rattlesnakes. Like, that is the reason for coming here, primarily.
Oh, would my last hour of their attention still be present? Could I feel like which direction they are?
Yeah, I'd say
Or did they snap those?
You only had lassoed 2. And
Yeah.
one of them is now disconnected. Like it's gone.
Oh yeah, and Isaac would have figured that was tied to the weird flicker and the tugging on the weave he felt.
Yeah. The other you can still feel, and it's somewhere, it's currently in the mountains heading towards the desert to the southwest of town.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head to the desert if that's... It seems to be joining with the others.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who was going to the fireworks factory?
Kaiko,
There's
Hal,
a
and
list
Hal
up
getting
here.
dropped off and getting his mech suit.
All
Didn't
right.
Kaiko go into the fireworks factory because she was going to be their turret?
The fireworks party was Suki, Benedict, Celia, Kaiko, and Hal.
All right. Suki, Benedict, Celia, Kaiko, and Hal.
Fireworks, black, right?
Hal
You have
is
arrived at the fireworks
Kaiko
factory.
being a turret on the mech, but that plan fell through.
Hal did
Don't
get
worry about
dropped off, so he might be behind everybody.
Okay. Hal, you've got your own mech suit. It's not quite as big as Isaac's, but it's homemade, and that makes it even better.
Exactly.
What is it with Hal's family and mech suits?
You know, they are the, whether they want to or not, or whether they knew it or not, they're the heirs to Miracle Miri.
Get in the fucking robot, Hal.
Fucking robot, Hal.
Hal, do you have any ideas you want in your mech suit? I like to think that Miri has customized it so it resembles the Gremlin in some ways.
Aww.
Does it have kibble like a transformer?
You know, Mega XLR.
Yeah.
Looks
I like
Yeah.
It looks like that, but a gremlin.
And that both has in the car and also the creature, because it's got really short arms and legs, but it's a scrapper.
Yeah. There you go.
It's better than Scrapper because it's not in the second Pacific Rim movie.
What are you talking about? There was never a second Pacific Rim.
You also come out of so you get your mech out of storage, and you go to join the fight with your friends. Meanwhile, at the fireworks factory, those of you who got there first, there's an abandoned fireworks factory, and there is the sound of a Gatling gun being fired.
Read that situation.
Okay.
That is a 11. That's the way. Dangers we haven't noticed yet, for one. Always go that.
Okay, what was the question?
Dangers we haven't noticed yet, for one.
You look. There really isn't that much dangerous shit going on, other than something's firing a Gatling gun.
Best way in and best way to protect the victim.
It sounds like whatever's going on is happening in the back of the building, so you have to go around the building or I guess through its innards, but really going around would probably be safest, because this building is, it's blasted to shit and on the verge of collapse. It's very likely that if you tried traveling through its innards, you'd get crushed under some falling debris. Or fall through, like, the floor and get impaled on a piece of rebar. It's probably best to go around, and best way to protect the victims, everyone just stick together and don't Scooby-Doo it.
Everyone sit together. And probably go around this place, because this place can fall apart at any minute.
Rhonda Rugged transforms, unslings her Slurpee Gatling gun and is like, I think I know who that is. And she takes lead.
You want to get the turret?
No, we're good. You guys go around the back, and standing behind the fireworks factory, blindly firing her Gatling gun at the sky, is another Gattlesnake. This one with a mad gleam in her viper eyes, as she's just firing at nothing while cackling enormously. Jam it! And the snake stops firing, turns her snake head around, sees Rhonda, is like, Rhonda! And the two immediately drop their Gatling guns, run and hug, and wrap their snake necks around each other before, disentangling, and looking at each other. It's like, it's been so long. I know. Chuck's here too, and I think we got Fancy Dan on the other side of town. Well, shit. What are we waiting for? And she looks at the rest of you and is like, what are all these things? Oh, they're the locals. Oh. they're not cops, right?
No.
They don't have cops like we do in our dimension. Oh. Alright, cool!
Cool.
Sup, nerds? I'm Calamity Janet!
I'm not a cop. In fact, I'm actually a felon.
Hell yeah! And she holds out her robotic hand for a high five.
Celia, high five, sir.
Oh no, there's two of them.
They're your locals. What do we call this speck of dirt?
Planet Earth, but this town is the town of Melody.
In the country of America. In the state of...
I love the state of...
Yeah. You too, huh?
The tri-state area.
Oh, Benedict is a manlet. Well, I suggest we mosey on, catch Fancy Dan, get the gang back together. We just need Cobra Gunner, we got everything we need.
Word of warning, there was at least 2 cops about. We've taken out 2 and rewired another one?
Like a hot rod? You just rewired it?
If you know how, yeah.
I didn't know that was possible. Shit, we could have been rewiring cops the whole time? I don't know. Well, we best mosey! At which point you guys hear a low plaintive wail deeper into the woods.
Would Kaika recognize that whale?
I think most of you would. It sounds like the Asphalt Giant.
Hold on.
He was at the birthday party last night, so...
Oh no.
Am I
One of our friends is being attacked.
here yet?
Yeah, Hal, you've arrived at this point. You see Hal in his gremlin mech, and both Calamity Janet and Rhonda Rugged, whistle in appreciation at the sight of this robot.
Kaika jumps on the back. Asphalt Giant's in trouble.
Alright. Where? Which way?
That way.
Alright, he starts running in the mech.
Shit, Rhonda, when I saw that little scrap up there, I thought, oh, they probably haven't advanced too far, but look at that beautiful piece of machinery. It's not always about the big guns, Calamity.
He's like, scrapple it.
Poor Benedict.
Poor Benedict.
He is a gentleman, thank you.
Oh, that's worse. I gotta get punk rocking you. Come on, Scrapple. Jared will give you a ride, and Calamity Janet turns into her dragster form.
I don't appreciate this.
Oh no.
Hooligan.
Hey, be nice to Benedict, he's the new kid.
I'm 150.
Haven't you ever been the new kid before?
No, I've never been a child.
You guys drive through, and eventually you find on the road the Asphalt Giant is currently trying to fend off the attack of another needle point.
Kaika's gonna kick that mask to get it off the Asphalt Giant.
Alright.
Fastball special?
Kaiko's gonna use her fire, so don't even throw her. Kaiko's gonna operate as a turret.
Alright.
So that's an 11, which does 8 harm.
Damn, nice!
TT, could you tell me what the fuck this mech does again?
Oh, no, it does, yeah, 8 harm, and the thing I'm gonna do to it is put it where I want it, which is off the Asphalt Giant so we can get away.
Okay, so I think that while you're in the mech, you have 10 armor because you're in a giant robot suit. But that's armor to you. The robot itself, when it gets damaged, it gets damaged.
Okay.
How big is the Asphalt Giant?
Asphalt Giant's not quite Baragon size. He's 1920s King Kong tier kaiju size.
So
Dinosaurus Rex size.
Anguirus.
He's maybe 50 feet long.
So he's
The health of the mech is 20. It has a 20 harm capacity. And its Rootin' Tootin' Robot Fists do 5 harm apiece when it's punching. And it's also... There's some other weapon systems that I think your mom's not sure she's gonna let you use yet.
Alright, I'll just start hitting buttons. Alright.
But let's show what you can handle this before she lets you have the missiles and the lasers, because... You know,
Asphalt
safety
giant,
is...
not asphalt giant. Jeez, I
The
misheard that
Apple Giant
completely.
fell, and he's nowhere in.
I misheard that
Yeah,
completely.
the asphalt giant's the big-ass lizard that's got giant chunks of street as its armor.
I misheard asphalt as asshole because I wasn't in my room and my connection flickered.
The asphalt giant is Baragon with a different head.
Essentially. Also, Baragon if he was cosplaying as a highway.
He ate my car.
Yeah, and Kaiko is getting the needlepoint off him with her kick to ass.
I don't know who the asphalt giant is, but he's fastball special El Quadro in my game.
Oh yeah!
He did do that, didn't he?
We're not losing another fun monster reptile NPC.
Alright, so, Kaiko did 8 fucking damage. Blindsiding
Technically 4,
was...
but it's doubled with Kaiko.
Yeah, I know. Anyone else?
Hal's going to, like... I guess he's gonna try to get the asphalt giant to leave while it can. And then he's gonna turn around and punch it.
Okay. Roll kick some ass.
Right. Alright. It's not bad. That is a 10.
Alright. And so you punch it for 5 harm. And the asphalt giant lets out a very sharp yelp, and it looks at your robot with hurt and betrayal like a dog that's been kicked.
Not the asphalt giant!
I thought you said you were gonna get it to get.
I'm shooing it off. Telling it to run while it can, and then turning around and hitting the needle point.
Okay, sorry, I got confused.
Jesus Christ.
Briefly heartbroken.
Why would we do that, TT?
Okay, so you tell it to run off as you punch the needle point for 5 harm. The asphalt giant looks at you coming to its rescue, and instead sidesteps around you, opens its jaws, and bites the needlepoint's leg. And immediately, with its car-crunching jaws, wrenches the needles that make up its limb and just mangles that fucking ankle.
Alright.
What is with the needlepoints and leg trauma?
Fuck him.
You know? When you're
They're
a fucking
big bucket.
head, I guess,
Monster,
you're just
what do you
asking
do?
for it. At which point, the two rattlesnakes fucking open up.
So what rattlesnake did you guys meet?
They met Calamity Janet.
Woo!
And Calamity Janet and Rhonda Rugged both spin to a very special soda on their Slurpee Gatling guns, which is called ACAB. And immediately open fire, dealing 4 harm each to the needlepoint, and it is now looking pretty fucking ragged.
It's
Benedict.
called
Benedict, I need you to throw me.
I'm not that strong.
Oh.
Could I roll Suki
not that
to
heavy.
smash at the bird?
Yeah, Suki kicks some ass.
Fuck yeah. And I'm just gonna, she just pulls out her rifle, it's like, well, gonna shoot a bird. Why is it Suki?
Oh no.
Suki. Suki, look, I know we have an ability to give us a...
That's still a hit.
That's a partial success, but god damn it, Suki. I know we get a +1 forward.
What's your damage? Let me
see. I haven't used the rifle in a hot minute. 2 harm, far, loud.
And it's magic, right?
No, this is the gun.
Oh. So it's not magic.
This is just regular, yes.
Alright. You fucking fire into it. So it's, but you don't get any bonus effects. And it does not penetrate the creature's armor.
Damn. Oh well.
Needlepoint's turn!
I should have used a knife.
Needlepoint, terrified as suddenly meeting a shitload of resistance, but seeing the rattlesnakes, rolls away from you guys and starts to book it. Does anyone want to try to cut it off?
Kaigo will. Kaigo's going to use another flame attack. Does that range.
Alright?
So another kick
some
to
ass.
ass. Alright, nice. Let's do this. That's a solid 10
Nice.
for another 8.
Alright, your fire, hungry and happy to finally be in use, fucking reaches out, grabs needlepoint, and then surges forward to just engulf it. There's a horrible metallic shriek that is smothered by a roaring flame. And when the fire finally recedes back into you, you see just a molten pile of slag where the needlepoint once was. Congrats, we killed one!
Hey, we stole another one.
Too
You
damn.
got all this raw metal you can now use.
Oh man, how much credit
How
could
is
this
Kaigo's
does
fire
house?
reacting? Like, how is it
It
like...
enjoyed that.
Yeah, but in terms of, like, control.
You get the sense that it's purposely playing nice. Like, you've kept it under lock and key for a while. And it understands that maybe you felt that your actions were a little rash. And it wants to show you that it can be a good friend to you.
Oh boy.
Oh, you got friend in me.
You got
The
a
friend is in you.
life-devouring friend in me. Feeds on souls and wants to burn everything inside. It's a friend indeed. Meanwhile, in the desert, Zoe, you're our eye in the sky. You're leading the charge.
Yes.
You can see Shemaus led Chuck and Julie in the Blartar and her pet needlepoint trailing behind. At a distance, at Julie's request, because she thinks that a rattlesnake may not like seeing that thing at the front of the charge.
Yeah.
You fly over the desert, having a pretty good time, read a bad situation.
Yeah. Fair. Let's see. 8 plus. Be bad situation. 9.
Awesome.
And that,
Dearby.
That's a hold of 1, correct? So you get to ask 1 question.
is there any danger I haven't noticed?
Awesome. So you have one of my favorite things whenever I look up in the sky. You look up and you see that there's a very large bird in the distance. And you're like, oh shit, is that an eagle or a hawk? And as it gets closer, you're like, oh, it's definitely an eagle. And as it gets closer, you're like, it's bigger than an eagle. And you notice as it's dive bombing you, that's much, much bigger than an eagle.
Oh no.
It's got a huge set of feathery wings, a long tail with several fans of feathers running along it, huge outstretched talons. The innermost one, outside of the thumb, is shorter than the others, but has a very large sickle-shaped claw. And its feathery beaked face has lots of sharp teeth in its mouth.
Oh.
As it swoops towards you, and you realize this thing has a body that's probably bigger than a horse.
Uh-huh.
And it's looking at you as it's dive bombing with its talons outstretched and a horrific eagle-like shriek emerging from its mouth, clearly viewing you as a territorial threat.
Oh.
What you gonna do?
I'm going to try and use Dark Negotiator.
Alright.
See if you can buy some bird drugs from it.
No! I will not mention the bird drugs. That's a
What happened to my supplier? I never found out.
9. There's a 9. I want to manipulate someone with Dark Negotiator.
Alright.
Assuming it can understand me. If not, I'm fucked.
Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that the thundering call?
Yes, it is!
Had stuff not gone to shit, so he was going to start studying. But stuff went to shit immediately today. So, with my 9, she's going to try and say, "Sorry, I'm not trying to intrude. I'm just looking for someone. I'll get out as soon as I can."
It fluffs its wings out to slow its descent, sort of catching the wind and stopping as it hovers very close to you. Its talons still hanging low and loose beneath its body, ready to rend, and it cocks its head inquisitively at you, as birds often do.
Okay.
And it starts to circle around you, clearly looking at you intently, but paused by your words enough to try and just sort of observe for a second.
Okay. Someone is down there that I'm looking for. I will be out of your territory as soon as I find them. There's something invading Melody. I don't know if that means anything to you.
It looks at you very closely, shrieks, and then flies back up.
Okay.
leaving you be.
Oh my god! Fuck! I'm usually the bigger thing in the sky. I'm not used to that.
There's always a bigger fish.
Thank you!
The Devil Dragon and Ivor, who are playing chess, look indignantly to the camera.
Oh, they've never been in the sky with me.
True.
If you see needle things, be careful. Not that one from there.
You hear a shriek in response, an eagle shriek. That almost sounds like an acknowledgement of sorts.
Okay.
Alright, you continue your scouting mission.
Yeah.
And you do see in a clearing in the desert that your friends are, roughly on course to find.
Oh.
There is a small figure whose mechanical body is glinting in the sunlight, currently holding its Gatling gun and firing as a needlepoint sort of circles around it.
I'm going to dive bomb the needlepoint and use no limits to just knock it flat on its ass.
Who all was with Zoe's group, with Chuck and Julie's, or anyone else in that group?
I don't think there were any other NPCs, no!
Isaac was approaching.
Isaac's gonna meet us here.
Yeah, don't worry.
Drake
You're gonna get here.
And Drake will pop up.
Okay, I'm gonna roll no limits.
Alright.
That's a 5.
Remember, Nora, you have luck.
I have luck, I know. Yeah.
But you used a lot of luck points so far.
Yeah, I've burned several level ups, just lowering my luck points. I mean, other than be distracted from the rattlesnake, I ram it and fail.
You can always get healed.
Yes, I ran into it and failed miserably with 5.
You ran a needle point and just fucking bounce off of it and land in a heap on the ground. Needle point turns its head to look at you, and it stops and thinks for a moment, at which point it gets shot by Fancy Dan, and then, furious, stalks towards him. You hear the sound of the Gattlesnake engines, and also feel Drake just pop up over you as you're crumpled on the ground. You see Chuck, you see the Blartar, you see trailing behind them at a very safe distance, the good needle point, and then, as you continue to survey the area, you see from another area coming from the north, a 30-foot tall, very menacing, industrial-looking robot with four,
Oh, no.
fucking tread legs heading into combat. And its arms, slots on its arms open up to reveal giant fucking needles of its own.
Oh no!
Isaac! Your mech?
The tarantula.
Oh,
The tarantula!
Nice.
The tarantula, you have, magic armor-piercing needle armaments, that you can channel magic through, which also on their own deal 6 harm.
Ooh.
You have armor of 30 while you're in this thing.
Jeez.
And its health is also of 30. But again, its armor, it has no armor, so when 30 damage is done to it, it's beyond, it needs to be repaired or else it's fucking immobile.
Right. What was the needle 6 damage?
Yep. It's slightly better than Hal's mech, but to be fair, Miracle
Right.
Mary has a much less budget than Spindle does.
Mary built this in a garage with a box of scraps.
Yes.
She did.
yeah.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Spindle made a barely better mech with a giant fucking facility.
And government funding.
So, who's up?
You are. You just arrived on the scene.
Oh,
Like a fucking cowboy.
I'm going to try to shoot it and lasso it using the threads to
Shit, yeah.
restrain it.
Holy shit.
That
Can I
kick
shoot Isaac in
it's
there?
an apple weird.
Sorry, what?
So,
That kick mass or a weird or a magic?
If you're using magic, it would be magic.
can I see Isaac?
Yeah, make the legendary and manipulate it.
It depends on which one you want to do first. Do you want to attack it first, or do you want to lasso it first?
Oh, I guess I was more like harpooning it with the strings.
Okay, so you want to fire
Well,
one out?
I guess harpooning was a
Okay, I guess
better
that would be a
phrase than
kick some
lassoing.
ass. You gotta roll both, and you gotta be successful on both for this to work, let's say.
Okay, kick some ass. I have a 0. 4. And a 6. That's a 10.
Alright, that's kick some
Or
ass.
kick some
That's a
ass.
success.
Um,
Let's see you use magic.
Okay. That's a 5. And a 6. Jeez, this thing. So that's a 12.
Man, God likes you tonight. You have the Weaver's blessing. You fucking harpoon
Yeah.
that shit fucker, dealing
God
6
is a
harm,
pilot.
and focusing it on you rather than Fancy Dan. And when you do, you hear a fucking "Yeehaw! Ride 'em, cowboy!" from Fancy Dan.
What? See Isaac piloting this?
No, you just see a giant robot that's decided to engage the needlepoint in battle.
The
It's not
fancy
Hal's robot. You have no
that
idea where this
Isaac
came from.
used.
What's that, Sarah?
They are in the same threads that he's used, but on a much bigger scale.
Yeah.
Well, we've only seen you use them. I've only seen you use them once or twice.
The
Yeah, actually,
needle
it's
brings
okay.
to mind the kind of magic you've seen with Isaac and Julie.
Okay, that's a relief.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm going to try again. It's spear,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Jake's here, right?
Yes.
Drake
Hello.
is here.
Drake, oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
let Drake go first because you just had a catastrophic collision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna try hexing it again.
Nice.
See where. Okay, so got that. Okay. That's a 12.
Nice.
And I'm gonna have it break something precious or important. So I guess, keeping in theme of tonight, it's legs.
Right, you shatter another needlepoint's foot. And even though it's a different needlepoint, it feels a sense of deja vu. At which point Monosyllabic Chuck and Julie and the Blartar arrive. Julie stops and sees the other mech is like, "Yo! Robot buddy! We good?" And she has the Blartar do thumbs up in a questioning manner. Meanwhile, Monosyllabic Chuck immediately transforms, gets out his Gatling gun, puts it on ACAB, and starts shooting the needlepoint for harm. Fancy Dan, the slickest looking of the Gattlesnakes.
Hell yeah.
Fucking, half runs, half jumps, half dances, to Chuck's side and was like, "Damn, Chuck, these your friends?" "Yep." "Well, yeehaw, motherfuckers!"
So one of those hands like waves over at him. Hi!
"Hey, local snake!"
Yeah! Oh. Jake, they're firing. I go?
"Yep."
Okay, well I clearly can't throw my way to this thing. I'm gonna kick some ass. That's much better. That's a 14.
Nice.
And I'm going to three damage piercing, and with my 10 plus advantage, I'm going to inflict terrible harm, which is +1 to my 3.
Excellent.
As I
Alright.
bite it once again. Bite something made of metal.
It's fine. You have ignore armor. It's all good.
I do, yeah. She coils around its leg because why not? But coils herself around the needles to not get impaled and just digs her teeth into its leg.
The needlepoint is looking ragged. It shakes its head, pauses for a moment as it senses something, and then with what little balance it can have on its one remaining non-fucked up leg, angles its body directly towards the sky, retracts its neck back in until the hypodermic needle of its head is almost completely retracted into its body.
Oh no.
You see a green light shimmer from the strings that are normally so thin you can't see them, that hold it together. The light flares and goes out as the needle shoots up into the sky. The remaining body falls apart into a mess of shrapnel. As the needle flies upwards, you see something descend from the purple miasma of clouds that hangs in Bewitched Melody's sky.
Oh.
A massive hand, which curls most of its fingers in and leaves one out for the needle to stab right into the tip of.
Ugh. Is that the fingernail?
The hypodermic needle of the head injects its contents into the hand, and the hand pulses with energy that at first is green, but then takes on a purple tinge. As it begins to sort of wiggle its fingers menacingly and slowly turn its attention to all of you.
Is that the fingernail?
Yeah, we should fucking run.
Yeah, we should. Oh,
Yeah.
Hi, Fancy Dan. Zoe.
Hi. We should go. And as he turns around, he sees the fucking needlepoint coming out. Like, oh god damn it! There's another one.
What? There's another one?
And Julie's like,
And the tarantula turns towards it.
Julie's holding the pointer. No, that's my pal. I rewired him. He's cool.
Yeah, I was there. Chuck can vouch.
Yep, it's cool. Didn't know you could rewire the top. Guess you can.
So he's going to get in front of the other mech.
Gonna need to learn that trick. Listen, we gotta skedaddle. We gotta find the others. I've got it. And he reaches into into the backpack of his mech suit and pulls out a device. I found him.
Oh. Hell yeah!
If the others got the signal working, we can bring Cobra Gunner back.
Done.
Oh fuck yeah! Mech, other person.
The hatch open.
The hatch opens, and you guys see Isaac
Isaac?
in what looks to be a very mundane cockpit.
So, I'm probably having to tender my resignation soon, but I have a good severance package.
Oh.
Just
Oh, yeah.
The
That's really cool.
robot's gonna reach down and just grab the bundle of like the needle metal that's been left behind.
Julie nods. Hell yeah, that's what you do when you get fired. You take everything that you can.
Yeah, we need to go. It's good to see you, Isaac. Your timing was amazing. I fucking
And
fell
Zoe,
away.
you're scooped up by the Blartar,
Oh
and
god.
fucking Julie starts fucking football running away with the needlepoint bird in tow. The two rattlesnakes convert into car mode. The tarantula goes after you. You guys are running as the fucking master hand up there is just, twirling its fingers menacingly.
Zoe pulls out her phone.
By the time you pull your phone, you got kind of cat. Rendezvous with Calamity Janet. Another needlepoint dead.
Zoe texts
Go to
back.
house.
Cool. Found Fancy Dan, and the fingernail is after us.
The what?
You were told what the fingernail
Oh,
was.
right. Forgot.
Yeah. Fingernail's after us. We ran into needlepoint. Isaac has a mech. Question mark. Needlepoint shot its energy into the fingernail. Looking bad right now. Hey, if anyone asks, nobody saw me fall flat on my face, okay?
I got pictures of it.
Team
No, you
Fireworks, as you guys are heading towards Hal's house, any of you want to look up towards the sky?
Always.
Yeah. Fair.
sure.
Alright.
You see a horrifying needle hand that's immense, like quite possibly bigger than any aircraft on Earth immense, floating ominously in the desert and slowly floating towards Hal's house, or the direction of Hal's house. Maybe it'll turn at some point, but it's ominously and slowly heading towards the same place you're going, like Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers.
That's where the. That's where.
All right, grab it.
That's where the deacon is, right?
Hal's house is the rattlesnakes have been setting up in Hal's house, so if you all get there, you can set up the beacon and maybe, just maybe, get Cobra Gunner.
Yeah.
All right, let's run.
I would like everyone.
Yeah, under his breath is like, I'm very out of my depth.
How about let's elect 2 representatives of each group, whoever feels like they've got the best luck with dice tonight. To do act
For
under
fireworks, I
pressure.
will.
To do act under pressure.
Alright. That's an 11 on the die for Kaiko.
Good.
So I have a flat 0 in this, Sarah, if you have it, and Shady, if you guys got anything better.
What was the roll for? I mean, which stat?
Under pressure.
Act under pressure. I seem to be doing well, but I don't want to jinx it.
I got a 9 for act under pressure.
Hey! Alright. You guys make it to the house.
It's a good thing Shady took this one because that was a bad roll. That was a
The
bad
fucking desert group arrives a little later than the others, and they've got the fucking hand close to you. But the rattlesnakes immediately converge as soon as they see each other. Like they do that fucking awesome shit that happens in Transformers Animated and, admittedly, the Michael Bay films, where like they transform mid drive, so they leap up into the air when they do, and they basically like group hug as soon as they do.
Aww.
And immediately start setting up their fucking signal tower. They press it, they open it, and there is a sound of thunder. Just as the hand looms over you all, you see its 5 fingers flay upwards, grab strings, and pull them. And reality rips open with a green portal, and a livid green eye stares out and says, "Fools! You think you can violate the supreme authority? You think you can escape his gaze? You think..." And then there's another sound of thunder.
Comes back to me today.
And the clouds part, and you see the largest fucking cobra you could ever fucking imagine. Just this fucking Jormungandr of a snake. This goddamn creature the size of a fucking jetliner. This serpent longer than a fucking aircraft carrier, with a hood that is like a fucking Star Destroyer. If a Star Destroyer was decked out by the fucking psychos from Mad Max.
Holy shit.
With a bunch of guns, but 2 really fucking big ones flanking the head.
Oh, that must be Cobra Gunner.
It opens its reptilian jaws in the kind of vicious snarl that only a venomous snake can get, where its entire face seems to almost peel backwards to reveal its gums and its long curling fangs as it hisses out, "Fuck the police!" and fires all of its armaments straight into the green eye. The eye bursts like a fucking water balloon as you hear a god scream.
Ooh.
And the hand is fucking atomized by Cobra Gunner's armaments.
Oh, damn.
The rebel serpent kills the servant of God, curls through the sky, and issues a hiss of victory before its body crinkles and it starts falling out of the sky and crashes into the forest.
No!
That's a big
Going
crash.
towards him.
Mhm.
Going to him.
Something that big's gonna like send up a dust cloud.
I'm running towards
Yeah.
there, yeah.
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 Cobra Gunner's persona with
Mhm.
Nathaniel.
Cobra Gunner is Sataniel. You all run to the crash site of the fallen serpent, and when you find Cobra Gunner, you find that while he is an impressive creature, he's also clearly been through hell.
Oh.
His time separated from his few remaining rattlesnakes and fending off the many, many servants of the Supreme Authority that have gone after him. Not to mention any other creature that he'd wandered into the reality of that decided he was a threat, which, given he's a fucking several 100-foot long cyborg snake, not a bad assumption. He's heavily damaged. His meat body is covered in scars and gaping open wounds. His machinery is rusted and broken and barely holding together. While Cobra Gunner is powerful, he is not a god. And this took a lot out of him, even though, he managed to fucking one-shot his enemy.
So he goes up to his face.
And his head's fucking huge. Like, it's the size of
Yeah.
a house. He's a goddamn kaiju. And he looks at you with a huge eye, like an eye the size of a fucking, tennis court.
God.
Maybe that's a bit big, but, a fucking big-ass eye.
Yeah. Hi. Hi, Cobra Gunner.
He pants. His tongue is lolling in his mouth. God, thanks. And that's when the other rattlesnakes pull up and arrive, and they all rush to Cobra Gunner's side.
Is there anything we can do?
His scaly lip curls into a smile, and he's a snake, so we can't close his eyes because he doesn't have eyelids. But you can tell there's a happiness warming from him, even as he's wounded. He's like, Emily, it's okay. We'll fix you, big guy. Yeah, you got all of us. Fancy Dan, Rhonda Rugged, Calamity Janet. They say there aren't cops here. Cobra Gunner nods, and then his eyes go slack in the way that snakes do when they fall asleep. And his breathing slows but doesn't stop.
Is he gonna be okay?
The rattlesnakes look him down and like, the fancy Dan says, well, he's a tough old snake. And he's taken a lot of hits, but I think he'll keep on ticking if we take care of him. Gonna be safe out here, though?
I don't know.
I don't think anything's willing to piss off something that big. Even asleep.
TT. Oh, sorry.
Yeah? One of those friends like, not a lot lives out, not a lot of humans out here, right? We could just sort of set up a camp. Little base while we get him back on his feet. His tail.
Ellie?
I mean, yeah.
What? Al, can you do anything here?
Yeah.
Alright, so just so you know, Cobra Gunner has a harm capacity of 1,000, and he has currently lost 949 health.
Ooh.
The fuck?
Were you rolling that in the background this whole time while we were summoning him?
No, I've had his appearance planned for a while. So I have known that he would have arrived under duress. And yet still way more beefy than most things on a fraction of his health.
So, TT.
Yeah?
You said that actually renaming it to the Tapestry Tarantula.
Yeah!
But you said it can channel spells through its needles and its oversized thread.
Yeah.
Will that be able to boost, spells? Because Isaac might have an idea for him and Hal.
Ooh.
And
Isaac
will just... this is going to be ridiculous, but Isaac will pop open the window, the hatch, and he goes, "Hey, Hal, this thing should be able to help us out. You ever see Gurren Lagann?
No.
And the tarantula picks up Hal's neck. Is Hal still in it?
Hal would have gotten out because he was going to go and try to do something, but he's just looking at it like, oh,
Yes.
fuck, what do I do?
Hal, get in the robot.
Okay.
I know I'm mixing shows quite a bit, but get in the robot.
Alright.
Alright. This thing it's basically manipulates reality, and it can channel things. You should be able to, I don't know, maybe we can help stitch up Cobra Gunner since,
Yeah,
we're both healers.
I want to share the role I just got for when I was going to heal it. So I'm going to instead use that to channel magic and
Alright.
try to heal. I did this again.
Nice!
That is, I'm using magic, and again, it does what I want, and you have to think up another benefit.
Well,
Because we got these giant needles and the giant injuries. Time to stitch them up.
Yep.
I mean, they are also asking, hey, how can we rewire them? So, this sounds like a good deputizing.
Don't turn me into a
I
cow.
wouldn't attach them to
I'm gonna
Weaver
say
without
with
permission.
that, healing all of Cobra Gunner is still really, that's a lot.
No, I know.
Oh yeah, I just
I'm
want to help out.
I'm gonna say with your powers combined, Gurren Lagann, and the dice, the fucking seamstress is with you guys today. You managed to restore to Cobra Gunner to 200 of his 1,000 health. Which is enough to get him conscious and moving, even if he's still shaky.
Nice.
And when you do, Cobra Gunner flicks his head up and looks around and asks in a voice that's oddly quiet for such a large snake, what is this place like?
I mean,
You all are natives?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Zoe. Local snake. I helped check out for a while till we started gathering the rest.
Hal sticks his hand out of the out of the cockpit and waves and goes, "I'm Hal. Everybody's been crashing in my basement. How you doing?"
Yeah.
Basement. What is
It's
it?
like a basement's like a room that's underneath a house.
It's a burrow for small snakes, Rhonda says.
Yeah.
I'm Kaiko. They've been using my safe houses to hide from the cops.
Jew. And she raises her needle hand. I guess I'm the equivalent of the cops you guys fight here, but my boss is chill, I guess. I don't think she gives a shit that you're here, as long as you don't cause a ruckus. She doesn't like these assholes, that's for sure. Except for this one, she points to the needle point that's sort of sheepishly hiding behind the Blartar.
Aww.
We adopted that one. It's kind of confused.
Yeah, apparently you can rewire them.
Cobra Gunner looks softly. I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
Then we'll be welcome here?
Absolutely. They said they have to wait till everyone was together, but
Just only come around when the sky is purple because
You freak other people out.
yeah.
Oh.
I was, maybe gonna be a rattlesnake too.
So we have to be covert.
What?
Very well. And then suddenly you see the fucking robo hood of Cobra Gunner begin to shift and change until it takes on a form. So Cobra Gunner is basically two 80s toys combined. He's like Crypticon in that he has a reptile mode and a city mode. And a starship mode. And he's also Snake Mountain from He-Man. Because when his hood transforms into a fortress form, the Cobra wraps around the fortress with the head sticking out at the top.
No.
Just for reference, let me get some pictures. Want you to think this. But if instead of a medieval-ish aesthetic, it had the aesthetic of... Let me see if I can get a nice picture of it. Of like this. Yeah, this will work. Give me a second.
Okay.
So it looks like
Alright.
the Thundercast base.
So now, hidden in the fucking deep woods of Melody, there's just a fucking techno snake castle.
Well, if I was going to add that to the map.
And Cobra Gunner rests his head on a platform that projects from the castle part just for his head and takes a nice long nap. And the Rattlesnakes cheer and thank you all profusely, having regained their friend, their leader, and their home.
Aw.
And
Aw.
that's where we close this arc out.
I have one thing I want to do first.
Okay.
Drake comes back in. So, I know we had to heal a giant snake, so I brought a nuke.
Why?
Why?
Do you have a nuclear?
Shit. Not shit. Drake.
Drake, I don't think this is a god, not god.
The Kamajira.
Kamajira.
Kamajira, yeah. I don't think this is
Well.
a Kamajira situation.
Huh. Well, there was a nuclear bomb carrying plane in the Spirit of the Lake all those years ago.
Well, better get rid of it.
No! No! Drake?
That's what I want to do.
The nuke bounces and it doesn't do anything because nukes aren't designed to explode that way. They've got precautions.
Please get that out of the woods, Drake.
Yeah, please.
All my friends live there.
Don't put it back in the water either.
Let Cobra Gunner eat it.
I mean, he's a giant ship. He's got to have a vault, right?
I mean, we can probably sell it to Mephaust.
Yeah, let's sell a weapon of mass destruction to Mephaust.
She already
I mean,
has
she
them.
told us
Universal
that, hey,
destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
universal
ape.
destruction.
She has the forbidden sippy.
Yeah, I'm aware, but do we want to add a new? Do we want to like?
Add another nuke to her collection? She's got so many.
I'll just eat it.
I
Nice
think,
football.
I think at this point,
Okay,
collecting
what?
nukes is literally her hobby.
Oh, this one's aged if it's been underwater for a while. Maybe
Yeah,
she
it
would
doesn't-
like it.
It's vintage.
Yeah, it doesn't taste that good either.
Fake. You know.
I'm not asking
didn't.
anymore.
And what matters is that, like the Rattlesnakes ourselves, we spit in God's eye by actually finishing a Rattlesnake arc in this campaign for the
Yeah.
first time in the grand history of Offbeat Melody.
Woo!
Several attempts. First time we managed to complete the Rattlesnake art and actually meet Cobra Gunner.
Woo!
Jesus Christ. The end. I'll see you next time.